The Sony PlayStation Showcase 2022 is almost here. There's rumors that on September the 6th, we'll get an official announcement about the PlayStation Showcase. So we wanted to do a video with my predictions. What do we think we're going to see? The rumors are also indicating that September the 8th will be the date of the Sony PlayStation Showcase 2022. So I'm going to outline my predictions right here at the beginning of the video so you don't have to go searching for them. Let me know your own predictions in the comments below. Make sure and hit subscribe and the bell button. These are live streams, so they're a little bit longer. That's why I put everything at the beginning. I'm going to end the previous stream. We looked at the God of War Ragnarok new gameplay from Game Informer. A little annoyed that they said they had roughly 4 minutes of new gameplay and it wasn't that much. It should bring everybody over from that stream. If you're not here for the live streams, that's a great reason to be subscribed and to stay enjoying the content. There's a lot of different things that might happen at the Sony PlayStation Showcase. Many people are wondering what games will be there, what games won't be there. I happen to think there's a couple of things that are pretty easy predictions to make, while there are some others that are not quite so obvious that you might not be thinking of. So let's jump to the update and give you all my thoughts before we get into the live stream discussion. This is a Reforge update. The Sony PlayStation Showcase 2022 is probably just around the corner. Maybe when this goes live on my updates channel, they'll have announced it. We're kind of doing this preemptively, thinking the announcement is coming. I want to give you some of my predictions about it, and then let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments below. I want to hear your predictions. A great way to interact with me and give me your own thoughts is to head over to Reforge Gaming, where I stream live, and make sure and subscribe on my updates channel for very quick updates like this one. So I believe, undoubtedly, as I have it running up in the corner, there will be God of War Ragnarok gameplay. I think there will be a lot of it. Part of this is based on my frustration with the Game Informer situation. They said they had roughly 4 minutes of new gameplay footage. It was about 3 minutes, maybe. Some of that footage felt like B-roll we had already seen in other trailers. Some of it felt like they sort of shot the wad too early. They put out a trailer for it, and they had 2 very short videos to follow. Now, that to me says Sony is holding out. They really want it for their own showcase. I think there's going to be a lot of new gameplay, similar to when we got lots of great details about Horizon Forbidden West. New features, new traversal, things of that nature will likely be in the gameplay footage, as well as the showcase. We got good info from Game Informer about God of War Ragnarok combat. I could see them diving deeper down into that, skills, world size, and the like. I also think we're probably going to see Spider-Man 2 gameplay. Might feel a little bit early for Spider-Man 2 gameplay, but it seems to me it would make sense to set the stage for the next big title, the first non-cross-generational title, since God of War Ragnarok is the last cross-generational first-party title that they'll be doing, meaning Spider-Man 2 will be PS5 only. Will we get any confirmation or input on the rumored co-op that we saw in some of those leaks? That might be addressed. Maybe that'll be one of the big hooks and one of the showcases for Spider-Man 2 is play with somebody else, which would be a huge win, I think, for the franchise, be a huge win for PlayStation to show off not only a great first-party single-player game, but a game that you can play with somebody else is always, I think, a win. At the very least, I believe there'll be gameplay of both Spideys, maybe a little bit more of Venom. Excited about that. And I believe his name is Tony Todd. Candyman is voicing Venom, so we're going to get some great voice acting as we did in the first game. I don't believe there'll be any Wolverine gameplay, maybe a new trailer. I do think they're going to want to keep Wolverine on your radar, but they don't want to overshadow or step on the toes of Spider-Man. They're going to hold out with Wolverine gameplay, but there will likely be a Wolverine trailer. Maybe they'll just rerun the one that we already saw. Maybe there's a slightly extended version of that trailer just to reconfirm they're making it. Maybe let us see what Logan's face looks like. Something more minor like that. I do think there will not be gameplay of Wolverine. The Last of Us multiplayer game will, I think, likely be present since Last of Us Part 1 is now up and running and out in circulation for purchase. Many people complaining that the multiplayer is not there. Well, the multiplayer game, I think, is going to be some form of a battle royale, likely be free. We should get a trailer with the launch window or a date. That's what I'm thinking. Now's kind of the time to set the stage for that game, as it's likely to arrive in 2023, and the showcase is a good time to really talk about everything coming post God of War Ragnarok. Also, Miles Morales PC port release date will be in the showcase, I think. It's been long enough. Spider-Man landed on Steam to uproarious support, did a very good job, broke some records for Sony, didn't topple some of the records that God of War for PC hit, but it did very, very well, and now people are kind of waiting for the Miles Morales PC port, so we will probably see a date for it during the showcase. Last and certainly not least, we might get confirmation of the Metal Gear Solid Remastered trilogy that continues to be rumored. There's also the Tokyo Game Show coming up with rumors from Bandai either showing up with something for Metal Gear or Silent Hill, but the Metal Gear Solid Remastered trilogy would be a great thing to maybe capstone the Sony PlayStation Showcase of 2022. Let me know what your own predictions are below. Always feel free to check out Reforge Gaming to discuss these things with me during my live streams. Hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see the rest of you right now. What do you guys make of my predictions? Do you think I've got these right? Do you think I've got these wrong? Where does it land? We're obviously a little miffed about what happened with the God of War Ragnarok gameplay that we were supposed to be getting today, and we kind of didn't get it today. It was very, very minimal. It was maybe 20 seconds of new footage, because a lot of the footage we saw last week in the Game Informer trailer for their cover story. So, do you think I'm correct? Oh, I said Bandai, it's Konami. Oh well. Let people correct me in the comments. That's perfectly fine. That's good engagement. Anyways, I think the reason that we just came off the heels of a disappointing God of War Ragnarok gameplay reveal is because Sony is saying, listen, we want it all for ourselves. We want to show a boatload of God of War Ragnarok, and we're saving it. We're saving it for the showcase. It's going to be center stage. It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. Everyone's going to be excited to finally see way more, and that's what I think is going on. Now, the other ones in question, obviously, Spider-Man 2 gameplay, Wolverine gameplay, The Last of Us multiplayer game. When's the showcase? We are anticipating there being an announcement today. All of the leaks are pointing to September the 8th, which is in 2 days on a Thursday. It's the 9th. Has that been confirmed, or are you just saying that's what you think? All the leaks were pointing to September the 8th. Eugene says they always hold the big stuff for themselves. Returnal PC, anyone? You know, that's an honorable mention I probably should have included in the video, that, you know, Returnal coming to PC has all been but confirmed by the actual Steam database. So that would be a great one to finally show up and say, hey, we're doing it. Returnal, Housemarque is the developer, and they just posted a job listing on Twitter very recently. So they're out there getting people's attention about their own company and their own future projects. So there is the likelihood that Housemarque is gearing up for something new, and it'd be a great time to really say, hey, Returnal's coming to PC. Great time to get involved with Returnal, because, you know, that game I think will do incredibly well on the PC because it is a Rogue. Rogue games typically do quite a bit better on PC comparatively to how it probably did with PS5 audience. Many people who had a PS5 were just looking for a brand new PS5 game. You know, the YouTube back end just absolutely took a dive. I can't check anything all of a sudden. Hopefully it's not affecting the front end. Hopefully you guys aren't having any issues. I can't check anything on the back end on my phone. It just keeps timing out. Revealing the evolution of Firewall franchise for the PlayStation VR 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, PSVR 2 probably deserves another honorable mention for the Sony PlayStation Showcase. I would imagine that, yes, that could also be there, because the PSVR 2 is supposed to be arriving sometime in the first quarter of next year. Forbidden West has been out for a while. Would love to see some DLC for that. You know, I didn't even consider that. Horizon Forbidden West DLC maybe is in there. That could be another thing that they decide to announce. Sony announced the camouflage color today for the PS5, and it makes it seem like they won't announce it today. I don't think that announcement's going to overshadow a showcase announcement. It's not the 9th. That guy that tweeted that is using a picture from last year's showcase. Oh, okay, yeah, he's probably photoshopping it, because I believe it was on the 19th of September last year, was it not? Release date for the new controller. Another good prediction. Yes, we may see the PS5 new controller get a release date. That is possible. Yes. JR says, Ragnarok gameplay, Helldivers 2, First Contact PSVR exclusive, Returnal PC, Forbidden West expansion, Twisted Metal announcement, more details on Spider-Man 2. Those are some of my predictions. Those sound like great predictions to me. That sounds like a good show. Guys, do me a favor. It's our third stream of the day. I know you probably get tired of me saying this, but if we don't say it, it doesn't happen, all right? There's almost 400 people here. We need 200 likes. We have 83, okay? A bunch of you can help, all right? We need it. We need a little over 100 of you to take the time to minimize chat, take a second out of your day, click that thumbs up. It helps. We have to say this every time. I hate that we have to say it every time, but it's the third show of the day, and it helps us out. We need Miles Morales on PC already, says Abe. Horizon Forbidden West is a DLC. LOL, I'm joking, of course. Hey, Stephen Marston says, let's get a gifted train going. I'll be the first one on the train going out of the station. Somebody grab that gifted membership. A lot of names in chat without a joystick. Snag it. Yo, morning, Proto. Been hammering out the new kitchen job. Hope all is well. Congrats on the new job. Hopefully you're killing it. Hopefully you're crushing it. Let them know. Let them know how good you are. I'd like to see Housemarque make a new action-adventure shooter, but not a rogue. You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this, Sven. I think they need to do a sequel. Sequel or a prequel to Returnal. What about a big surprise? Sony buying Square Enix? Yo, Detective Seeds! Detective Seeds says, let's do it. 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Like, this was a joke made by his community and news outlets ran with it. Oh, somebody ran with that? It looks real. That looks real from the snitch. You're probably right. Returnal 2 seems inevitable. Let's get a joystick train going. If you can hear my voice, click allow gifts in the chat. If you don't see the allow gifts button, you can click on the join button. Use the join command or the $ at the bottom of the chat. Go into your membership menu, and there's 3 dots at the top. And then go to your gift settings. Make sure it's on. If it's already on, turn it off, back all the way out, go back in, and turn it back on again. Yo, the daily grind, jumping in and getting a membership renewal. Welcome back. How'd Returnal sell? I don't know. I think it did perfectly fine. This is literally just a story expansion of the same game we already played in 2018. Dishonest take. Not shocked that Sony takes are basically lies. Downvote. Yo, Legacy with a 2-month milestone. Welcome back in, Legacy. I love how guys quickly run to the comment section when I'm not live to basically lie about the Ragnarok game. I love it. I can't wait for that game to come out and win a ton of awards, and for all these seething haters to be like, I can't believe a DLC won Game Awards. I can't believe you're so committed to lying that you make yourself look like a clown on the internet with regularity. Yo, guys, grab those gifteds. Let's see these gifties go out the door, man. What's going on? Let's see them go. I haven't seen any of them claimed yet. Make sure and claim them. You can click the green box at the top of the chat. By that logic, Forbidden West was a DLC. You can't even say by that logic. You're disrespecting the word logic to apply it to what somebody is saying. It's not logical. It's just hate. I don't know how to claim it. You got to click allow gifts. Click the green box at the top of the chat. Click allow gifts. You might have to switch to a browser. Returnal was my favorite game of the generation, and it won numerous Game of the Year awards. Not sure why someone would say there shouldn't be a sequel. Sven's not saying there shouldn't be a sequel. Sven does not like rogues, so he's owning his bias. He's a lot like me. I don't like rogues at all, but I love Returnal. Returnal won me over with beautiful storytelling, amazing combat, and gameplay. David Jaffe really irked people with those DLC comments. Well, I mean, it's basically like flies swarming around like garbage. It's like, here's a garbage lowbrow take, and all the flies swarm around, and they're like, yeah, it's DLC. And it's like, okay. 3 Steams in all. I'm going to get today and bounce. Been fun. Good dude. Sub to the channel. Have a great rest of your day. Yo, Boogeyman, thanks for the positive vibes, dude. Appreciate your contribution today. Thanks for chilling. Hopefully one day we can get that joystick next to your name through these gifteds, man. A lot of gifteds. Gifted's not working again. I don't know. They worked perfectly in the first stream of the day. I think we literally run out of people. I think we have too many new people in the chat, which just means if you're a name in chat that doesn't have a joystick and you're newer, you just need to be here as often as you can. There must be a loyalty metric that isn't getting tripped. I don't know. First stream, they got grabbed lightning quick, and now we're right back to square one where they can't get claimed and they just frickin' sit up there and no one grabs them. Don't worry. They'll either get distributed via email or the one guy got a refund. Did you get an email that YouTube was doing upgrades to back-end features? I hope those gifted get grabbed. I did not get the email that they were doing upgrades to back-end features. Maybe that's why it's messing up. Maybe those upgrades need to complete. Maybe they need to complete. I don't know. I'll check my junk cloud mail and see if I've got anything from them. No, I don't have anything from them. No. You got questions? Here's your answers. Yeah, some of the weird. Yeah, I'm getting junk from the YouTube creators' email addresses for some reason. 500,000 in 2 months with an install base of like 10 million. 5% attach rate's pretty good. Oh, Returnal sold about 500,000. That's not bad for a brand new title and a rogue. And yeah, that's not bad at all, honestly. PC market's gonna save it. Trust me. I don't think it needs saving, but I definitely think it's gonna get more sales on PC than it did on PS5. I don't think it needs saving though. Check the tweet just now about Spider-Man 2 by Milliman, who often has inside info. Milliamond. Hang on a second. So there's an insider with information on Spider-Man 2. Milliamond. Spider-Man 2 for PS5 is exceeding expectations for Marvel higher-ups. Fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to an employee at Marvel. Another employee thought they were watching a cutscene. Gameplay to be shown soon. That's going to be at the Sony showcase. So, who is she? Entertainment Media Data Analysis. I'm going to throw her a follow. I own and play all 3 consoles. Opinions are mine. No requests, please. I already like her. She's a champion. Somebody give her a high five and a cookie. I like her already. So, yeah. Let me read that again. So here's an insider that often has good info. Let me quote tweet. Maybe this week in the PlayStation showcase. And then let me do eyes. So this is what she said. She said Spider-Man 2 for PS5 is, quote, exceeding expectations for Marvel higher-ups. Fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to employees at Marvel. She has fluidity and visual punch in quotations. Another employee thought they were watching a cutscene. Gameplay to be shown soon. Gameplay to be shown soon. Wait, where's my tweet? Why is it not showing as a mainline tweet on my profile? Showing as a tweet and a reply. Oh, no, there it is. It just took a second. She said Ragnarok would be at Summer Game Fest. Summer Game Fest, we're overdue for a date. Was she saying it was going to be there, or was she making a request? I don't know about that tweet. I don't know if she's saying it's going to be there, or is she saying that it's about time they show up to something. Creature thinks that something happened at Summer Game Fest. He thinks something got chopped. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're doing our PlayStation Showcase 2022 predictions. Make your own predictions in chat. We want to know what you think. You got to hit subscribe if you want to talk in the chat. There's plenty of you here to smash the like button. Give us 40 more likes so we can hit 200 likes. I just finished God of War 2018. It's a work of art, ain't it? As of January 2022, Sony announced that Returnal sold over 1 million copies. People are quoting the first number given a few months after launch before many people could even get a PS5. So Returnal, according to Corey, Returnal has over 1 million in sales. It doesn't need saving. You honestly think their debut PlayStation 5 exclusive title from Housemarque, you think it hitting 1 million in sales, you still think it needs saved, Paul? 1 million in sales? You still think it needs saved? Studio of that size. How big are they? How big are they? Housemarque. 80 employees. As of 2020, 80 employees, and their game has over a million copies sold. Can you imagine working at a company and selling your game and selling over 1 million copies and having roughly 100 employees? Holy frick. Holy actual frick. That game's gonna crush it on the PC market. Are you kidding me? Returnal PC is just gonna crush. It will crush. No doubt. No doubt. PC will put the game on the map. Listen, I'll say that PC is gonna help that game hit stratosphere numbers. I'm not gonna debate you on that. I actually think PC is gonna be jet fuel in the tank because the PC community loves rogues. They do. They love rogues. I think Returnal on PC is gonna do amazing. I hope we get a Returnal PC announcement this week at the PlayStation Showcase. I do. I hope we get that. But I don't think it needs help getting put on the map. I think 1 million in sales as one of the debut PS5 exclusive games, I think is a really, really big achievement, my friend. It's a really, really big achievement. To say otherwise, I think is a little foolhardy. I think you're being a little foolhardy. The basis of the argument is it's somehow struggling or needs to be saved. Please help me understand. Yeah, that's what I mean. How's it struggling? They got 1 million in sales. 1 million copies. You're not good at rogue games? I'm not good at them either, but I don't like rogue games. That's how good Returnal is. Almost 20K. We're getting there, baby. We're getting there. We hit 18.2 today. We might hit 18.3 subscribers. 20,000 subscribers is right around the door. Historically, at PlayStation showcases on Thursdays or Fridays. On Thursdays. Guys, do me a favor. Click at the top of the chat. If you just got here or you're a longtime subscriber, let's try to get these gifted memberships claimed. Click the green box at the top of the chat and click allow gifts. See if you can get one. Let's see if we can't get this going. I don't know what's happening. You may need to click the $ at the bottom of the chat or the join button. That'll open up the membership menu. Then click those 3 dots and go into your gifting options. Toggle it off and save it back all the way out, and then go back in and toggle it back on again. Let's get these 10 gifted memberships grabbed. They're literally just sitting there at the top of the chat. How many sales did Days Gone get and got turned down for a second game? And here comes the red herring. Yeah, that's not related at all, because Sony Bend didn't get turned down because of quantity of sales. That's not why. Sony Bend got turned down for the Days Gone sequel for a variety of reasons, and I don't think quantity of sales was ever cited as a reason. And do you honestly think Sony Bend and Housemarque are an equivalency? Not even related. Days Gone sells over 8 million and gets turned down for a second game. It has nothing to do with the performance of their debut title as a smaller developer. 80 employees worked on Housemarque. Sells over 1 million copies, and you're trying to compare it to Days Gone. Oh, and don't forget, Paul, that you're comparing a cross-generationally supported game to a PS5 only title. That's a checkmate and a mic drop all wrapped in one. Are you freaking kidding me? You're actually going to compare Days Gone, a cross-generationally supported title. It got to sell to a much larger footprint, 8 million versus 1 million. And you're going to compare it to Returnal. Come on, bro. Take a couple seconds and analyze the bigger picture before you say stuff like that. You just end up looking silly. That would be like comparing any game that launched on PS4 compared to Returnal is an unfair comparison, especially if it's made as such a mainline title. I don't think people realize there are major AAA games that only sell 10 million copies on every single platform, so a very niche genre sells 1 million on a limited hardware is impressive. That's exactly right. I told you to watch Tencent and Ubisoft. Ubisoft strengthens its core shareholding via the expansion of the concert around the group's founders to the benefit of the long-term stability and development. Is Tencent trying to grab them? Tencent and Sony just protected FromSoft from buyout by increasing their hold. Yeah. Let's get some more PlayStation Showcase predictions in chat, guys. Sadly, I don't think these gifted members are going to get grabbed. YouTube needs to absolutely solve this yesterday. This needs to be solved yesterday. It seems like it's working, and then people commit and spend money. YouTube, it's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed that people are giving you money and you're having to refund it. Whoever's in charge, whatever engineers you need to get on it, because it's an embarrassment when a consumer gives you money and can't get what they're promised, and you got to refund them. Tuck tail and go back to the drawing board and fix it, because it's embarrassing. Returnal's included with PS Extra. Well, it is now, but that's not sold. That's not sold. That's 1 million copies sold. Now it's on PS Plus, so you can play it as a part of the subscription. Early this year. John says, Jono Tadram is predicting they announce multiplayer for the T-Lu remake. It's not going to be multiplayer for the T-Lu remake. The Last of Us multiplayer is a standalone game. That's already been announced. They'll likely have either a trailer, gameplay, or a date. Yeah, YouTube, get your stuff together. You can send me free dark roast to make it up for me. That's right. Clip that YouTube rant and post it in a short. You're totally correct. It's just an embarrassment. You should never have people giving you money and then have the thing not work. That's the politest word I can use. It's an embarrassment. Imagine any company the size of YouTube launching something. Imagine Amazon doing that. Hey guys, we got this new thing you can spend your money on, and people spend their money on it, and it doesn't work. Like, imagine being this size and having a monetized feature not work. You know? Imagine Disney or Amazon doing this. Like, just fix it. Spider-Man 2 gameplay demonstration at the showcase. I think so, Doomslayer. I think so. That's part of my prediction as well. Solid prediction. We got some strength to that prediction a moment ago. There was an insider who had the following to say about Spider-Man 2 gameplay. Millie Amond, she's on Twitter, and she said Spider-Man 2 for PS5 is exceeding expectations for Marvel higher-ups. Fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to an employee at Marvel. Another employee thought that they were watching a cutscene. Gameplay to be shown soon. I think this week during the PlayStation Showcase is when we're going to see it. Wolverine's a 2025 game. I think Wolverine will be there this week, just to remind you that they're making it. I don't think we'll see gameplay. Maybe an extended trailer. Maybe they'll let us see Logan's face. I think you'll see Spider-Man 2 gameplay, and there'll be like a Wolverine trailer. If you're just tuning in, we're making our own predictions about the PlayStation Showcase. We're hoping there's an announcement today. There are leaks indicating there'll be an announcement today, and that it will be taking place on Thursday the 8th. When it happens, we will cover it live. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Guys, do me a favor. There's so many people here. Roll the likes over to 200. We only need a couple more. Keanu Reeves will return as Johnny Silverhand in the first major expansion for Cyberpunk, titled Phantom Liberty. Well, there's our cover story for tomorrow. Thank you, Cyberpunk. That's our lead. Here it comes. Can you guys feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel that in the air? I can feel it. It's like static electricity on my fingertips. It's happening. Like the game news cycle. It's rising. It's rising. The pitch is rising. It's coming, baby. It's happening. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes, baby. The runway lights are going on. We're getting what we've always wanted. We're getting the cover stuff, man. It's skipping last gen consoles. Really? It'll be released for PS5, Series X, and PC. Holy frick, do we have a good lead story for tomorrow. We have a good lead story for tomorrow. When they reported the Returnal reached 500,000 in sales, there was less than 10 million PS5s out in the wild. Returnal kicked butt. Yeah, like, okay, so if you're just tuning in, we're talking PlayStation Showcase predictions, okay? And Returnal coming to PC is maybe going to be there. And somebody said that PC will save it and that it needs saved. And we're debating that. We're saying, look, Returnal did incredible. It's exceeded 1 million in sales. It's exceeded 1 million in sales, and that is impressive. And a lot of people are citing like the 500,000 that, you know, they got when it first came out or whatever. And a game company with less than 100 employees selling 1 million copies of their game. Do you remember when Death's Door sold over 100,000 copies as a small indie studio, and people thought that was an amazing feat? Okay? Small little indie studio, two-man's team sells, 100,000 copies. This game sold 1 million copies. And they've got 80 employees. Maybe they've mushroomed up a little bit from that. They had 80 employees 2 years ago. So this project was built by less than 100 people. Amazing. I really worry about the escalating situation across this place and its impact on gaming specifically. It's already affecting other industries, but gaming will not be exempt. I've not paid much attention to it. 1.6 will be the last update for old gen. And new gen going forward will be next gen PC only. I think this will be great. They might be able to do it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Don't cannibalize my show tomorrow. Don't cannibalize my show tomorrow. We got to talk about that one tomorrow. We're talking PlayStation Showcase predictions. Give them to me. Do you think you're going to see Spider-Man 2 gameplay? Do you think God of War Ragnarok is going to be most of the showcase? What about Wolverine? What about some of my other predictions? What do you guys think of some of these other predictions? I don't think there'll be Wolverine gameplay. What about PlayStation Cloud Gaming? Right? What about PlayStation Cloud Gaming? I think I skipped over PlayStation Cloud Gaming in my breakdown. I don't think I said that one. Last of Us multiplayer game. Miles Morales PC release date. You think we're going to get a Kojima game? You think? Thank you, brother. Excuse me. Horizon Forbidden West DLC? Yeah, another person said that earlier. Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West DLC. Yeah. I could see a Horizon Forbidden West DLC. I could see that announcement. I think it's time. I think the biggest challenge they're going to have with Horizon Forbidden West DLC is timing it around Ragnarok. I think that's going to be their greatest challenge. That's going to be their greatest challenge because they basically have to get out of Ragnarok's way. They have to get out of Ragnarok's way. Like, it's extremely risky, I think. It's extremely risky when you have titles that are that big. They can incidentally cannibalize each other if you're not careful. Like, Ragnarok's so big, other games are getting out of the way. Like, Horizon Forbidden West has got to play the same game. How about a Bloodborne for PC? Keep dreaming. There's been too many fake leaks for that to be happening anytime soon. Reforged game premiere. What you talking about, Daniel Munford? What you saying, homie? I'm remembering something I used to say that I feel the need to say again. I don't have time for all these games. Horizon's the king of bad timing releases. I think Forbidden West expansion will be February because God of War is November, Forspoken's January. Wait. Hogwarts is also in January, isn't it? Golly frick, there's so much coming. Jiminy Christmas, there's so much coming. Some of those 10 live service games. Oh, Zane. Zane with the good call out. Yeah. Outlandish Hope. Death Stranding 2, says Mike Quad. Yeah, but Zane with the good. What if they actually give us a leak or... Yeah. What does Chris Gore think of Rings of... I don't want to talk about Rings of Power. I'm just curious what Chris Gore thinks about it. I'll have to watch that later. I love him. He is fabulous. He's like one of my favorites. Oh, it's February 10th for Hogwarts. Thank you. February. Who's Chris Gore? Oh, great film critic. Really great film critic, Sven. Every Star Wars fan should love him because he's great when it comes to that franchise. Very, very great. Very, very great film critic. Yo, Mythos with the $5 super chat. What if that Spider-Man 2 gameplay is part of the Disney Marvel game showcase this week? Not saying it, but it could be. It's interesting that they showed it to Marvel higher-ups, Mythos. Yeah, that's not bad. The Disney Marvel game showcase. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Long-time viewer, first-time chatting. Just wanted to say I love the show. I have it up on the TV in the office every morning. Keep up the great work. Yo, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, if you guys are here all the time, do me a favor. Try to grab the gifted memberships at the top of the chat. They're still up there. They still haven't been grabbed. We know it's a YouTube glitch, but just try it. Keep toggling your gifting off and on in your gifted member options. Let's see if we can't get those taken. Any news on the potential showcase? Apparently, they're announcing the showcase today, according to leaks. We just might be a little bit early. What did this guy do? Why is he trending? Let's see. Series X is trending for some reason. Did they do a restock? I'm checking Twitter feeds right now. I don't see anything yet about the showcase. Nothing yet. Let me make sure I'm following. I'm following the official PlayStation Twitter. 14 minutes ago, they did an update on their social justice fund. Cool. Firewall. Cool. They did the camouflage thing. Cool. They're hitting Twitter pretty hard. Maybe the crescendo announcements will be about the PlayStation Showcase. They're hitting Twitter pretty hard. The Boys game for PlayStation 5? Is that a rumor? It's shocking how bad that show is. I'm not surprised that you're saying that. Figure around 11 or 12 Pacific. So late in the day. What's up, degenerate gamers? What's good, real gamer? How are you? I'm thinking PlayStation PC gets a segment, like a launcher announcement. Mastodon says Returnal PC announcement. Yeah. I left that out of my prediction in the show open. I left that out. That one was off my radar. I'm glad you guys are bringing that one up. If you guys are just tuning in, we're making our own PlayStation Showcase predictions. Feel free to hit subscribe, chime in the chat, let us know what you think. It's rumored to be this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's rumored that we are going to get an announcement about it today. And so we appreciate you being here and being a part of what we do. Thank you so much. We need this to be response status. I haven't responded. There we go. By the way, speaking of this, I came back 2514, read first this of that. Loved it. Was actually good. I'm not going to mention that show or anything attached to that show because that's not what this video is about, and that can be confusing to people watching the past broadcast. It can also be confusing to YouTube, so let's not talk about that, all right? What would be the last thing you expect to hear that we could realistically see? The last thing we could hear is a date for Ragnarok on PC, but might happen. Maybe they decide to start setting expectations about timelines, right? Bloodborne PS5. Yeah, Bloodborne is the stretch like dream announcement because there was maintenance in Bloodborne recently for some kind of an update. So people are anticipating a PS5 next-gen update for Bloodborne potentially. That could be the stretch dream, like pipe dream, like, oh, we're not going to hear anything about that. Well, who knows? They literally just shut the game down recently for maintenance for some kind of an update to get ready for an update that's coming. That very, very likely could be pointing at some kind of a Bloodborne announcement. Not last in timeline. The thing you least expect to see? Well, that's the thing I least expect to see. The thing I least expect to see is any kind of a PC timeline about mainline titles because they don't want to distract from the launch date. It would be interesting if they did that. There's no way they cannibalize console sales by announcing a PC port. Yeah, that's why I think it's the least likely to happen. Outside of that, since that's like incredibly unlikely, I think it's incredibly unlikely that we get anything with Bloodborne. I just think Bloodborne is just going to be that weird thing. You know what Bloodborne is? Bloodborne is Half-Life 3. Bloodborne Remaster, Bloodborne PC, Bloodborne PS5, all of it. To me, it's the From Software Half-Life 3. Just never going to happen. He hated it? Oh, Chris Gore seemed to hate it? Okay. I bet you $10 he says something along the lines of, one of the most important questions to ask with art and movies is, should this story be told? Does this story need to be told? I bet you $10 he says that in the video. I've watched a lot of his stuff. If he doesn't say that in the video, I'll be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised if that's his springboard. Ghost of Tsushima PC? Shh, don't do it. Don't do what? Why? Paul! Don't do that! Don't put that in the atmosphere. You'll make it unlikely to happen. Dadgummit? No! Now I want it! No! I love Ghost of Tsushima, for those of you that don't know. I love that game. It's one of my favorites. Don't do that. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Biomutant's not a bad game, rough edges, but it's a good game. Didn't they just release a Biomutant PS5 version with like a bunch of great updates or something? What a weird take. I'm not saying that he says that all the time, but sometimes he does say things like that, Eugene. Like, does this story need to be told? Don't say that. I want it on my Steam Deck so bad. I'm literally playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. When's the showcase? The rumor is there will be a PlayStation Showcase announcement today, and then all of the leaks are saying it will be September the 8th, which is 2 days from now. So we are doing our own predictions about it. If you hear the grass being mowed behind me, it'll be very brief. I run a tight ship of audio quality, but that's one piece of sound I can't block. I'm not going to install a soundproof wall behind me. That's more for show than anything. I soundproof the wall over there, which is on my entertainment room so my kids can watch movies, but and you never hear them. But I really pride myself on audio quality. Like, there's no echo in the room, and sometimes you might hear the lawnmower. I know people are like, you don't have to mention that or apologize. I like to, because I can't stand it. I can't stand it. We had them coming on Saturdays, which was a great day for them to come, but then, you know, it was like they got overbooked on Saturdays and Fridays, which were the best times to come. You didn't even hear anything? Well, they just did their first pass. They haven't gone by yet. You might hear it. I just like to warn people because it drives me freaking nuts. I hate any kind of noise pollution on a stream. You ever watch streamers that like belch or cough or incessantly sniff on their microphone? Like, days where I have the sniffles, I hate streaming because I instinctively will like sniff, and I try not to. And if I have to cough or sneeze or anything like that, I try to turn away from the mic or at least mute the mic. I don't know. I try to respect your ears as much as I can because many people treat this like a podcast. Yeah, inhale. Like that one guy. Oh, that was terrible. Sony just said PSN Plus is coming to PC native games. Ghost of Tsushima. Wait. PSN Plus is coming to PC with native PC games. Oh, if they did. Oh, you want them to say that. Doesn't the showcase usually do hardware announcements? They already showed the new controller at Gamescom, which is odd. If they have no other hardware, we may get other hardware news. I bet you we get a release date for the PSVR 2. Butters, we don't have a release date yet for PSVR 2, right? Just first quarter of next year. I bet you they give us, if they want hardware at the thing, it'll be PSVR 2. Because they've been constantly, well, I guess I shouldn't say constantly. They've promoted it quite a bit already, and I believe they've been slating it for first quarter of next year. Biomutant is better than at launch. Had several patches for the core game before the next generation update. That feels like a revisit maybe for the First Look channel. PSVR 2 is March, first week. Is that official or is that your prediction? I think we'll see the new PS5 models that are out in other countries in some fashion. Yeah, the ones that are like lighter or whatever. Aren't there ones in circulation that are lighter? I think that's so bizarre. I don't know how that happened. But whatever peripherals they changed inside to make them lighter. Reforge Revisits. We got a new segment idea. Reforge Revisits would have to be somewhere else, though. We can't do it on this channel. That's the only hardware I expect, says Butters, unless we see some off-the-wall PS5 Pro, since it was announced a year after the PS4. Possibly. Yeah, I'll say that's possible. They cut down on the heatsink, which was overly large and unnecessary. Project Eve. Yeah, the guy I used somebody's article as a framework for my own predictions, and I didn't quote him or directly read from his article, so I didn't need to cite him. But that's where I got some of my prediction ideas and inspiration. I disagreed with some of his and modified mine. So that's something that I don't actually know about Project Eve's timeline or anything like that. Like if it doesn't have a strong chance of making it. Not sure. Completely forgot about Project Eve. I don't even know what Project Eve looks like. Project Eve. There was an 11-month trailer a 4-minute trailer 11 months ago. It's got 2 million views on it. This is it right here. It looks like Scalebound in a lot of booty JRPG had a baby. This reminds me of Scalebound a little bit. Holy moly. Shift Up Second Eve Studio. Come and fight grotesque beings as a beautiful woman in a vacuum-sealed, very skin-tight suit. Very Devil May Cry. Something about it reminded me of Scalebound. Yeah, it's like Scalebound and Bayonetta. Yeah. Well, her eyelashes are perfect after all of that. That guy looked... Did you guys see what he did there? He's definitely got his eye on her. What is that? The Last of Us? Go back a sec. What? That's like right out of The Last of Us. That looks like just out of the opening. I just played that section last night. That scene was pretty eye-opening. Yours was better than mine, Sven. Yours was better than mine. So all the biomes are pretty dope. Some kind of an infection taking over. The big city in the distance with an infection feels a little Final Fantasy. You know? The whole super voluptuous, buxom, bouncy, like, anime chick, that trend in these types of games is just so not me, but golly, the combat looks sick. Man, oh man. As long as it's more action-adventure and less JRPG, I could get down with this game. Got these big old rotund cheeks in my face the whole time, but I'm more worried about the swords than anything. Bam. That was freaking awesome. Unknown 9? Oh, nothing since 2020. I mean, this is 11-month-old footage, so maybe we get more on this, right? Yeah, I saw that, Real Gamer, at the beginning. Yeah. Pretty significant and blatant camel toe. Like, why on earth? Definitely worried about keeping my sword. Jiminy Christmas. I think the outfit is perfect. Hex, like, adjusts his glasses, takes a sip of his tea, and is like, I happen to think that an outfit is perfect. I'm a man of culture after all. Oh, golly. Those things are hideous. Quick time event to escape, and she's outie. We got some surfing, like Battletoad sequences in a tunnel here. This game actually looks pretty sick. I mean, I still, like I said, I just struggle with it. Like, I just don't care that much. It doesn't bother me. I don't know. There's something odd about it. It's like, oh, that was awesome. You have a sword. Oh, she's punching and pulling something out. I'm like, really? You have a sword? What are you punching him for? Okay. I mean, that's pretty sick. That's a pretty sick trailer. So, you know, maybe we get more from that. Guys, we are making our own PlayStation Showcase 2022 predictions. You can make your own by subscribing and talking in chat. I do multiple talk shows a day. We already did one on Hogwarts Legacy. We did one on the God of War Ragnarok new gameplay. And we are hoping that the announcement hits sometimes today for the PlayStation Showcase. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying the show, you can show appreciation by hitting the like button. Hitting like costs nothing. Hitting subscribe also costs nothing. I am sorry that the gifted memberships did not get claimed. Please do not gift any more members to the rest of the day. Feel free to file reports and complaints with YouTube about that. The people that did it the other day got refunds because they just didn't go out. So YouTube will do right by you, but it is pretty frustrating that it's not working correctly. Combat seems to be well-rounded. I would love a history of these kinds of characters in video games and anime. I am also curious. You think we'll see Wolverine? I think there will be a new cinematic trailer for Wolverine or an extended cinematic trailer for Wolverine just to remind us they're still working on it. I don't think there will be gameplay. Wolverine gameplay is incredibly unlikely. Based on what one of the insiders said on Twitter, I think we're going to get Spider-Man 2 gameplay. Maybe Horizon Forbidden West DLC announcements. Maybe. Insomniac Black with a $5 tip through Super Chat. Give me an anime-looking action RPG with bits and bobs, and I'll sign right up. Otaku Guilty Pleasure. Yeah, it doesn't make me uncomfortable, but it comes very close to making me uncomfortable. It's like, I'm 40 years old, happily married, I have a daughter, and I'm playing a game with somebody that looks not very old, and they're wearing like ridiculous clothing. I don't know. It's like it gets right up to the line of like, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. This is right on the line of, is this okay? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I also think about it through that lens. So, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the ones we just watched. She at least looked at age. She at least looked like an adult, but she looked like, 19. How old are you? I'm 40. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 in like 2 months. Yeah, I'll be 41. It's all about female empowerment. Yeah. I don't want to get into that discussion with you guys. This is about the PlayStation Showcase predictions that we'd like to make. But that's always been something that I felt was a little like on the line. What about the God of War DLC? I think he was joking. Big O is here all the time. Quiet Shy. That comment was supposed to be a joke. We really got to get a Kappa emote. The most popular mods for PC games. Yeah, sure, but that doesn't mean I'm downloading it. I was definitely joking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Kratos shows too much skin in the old God of War games. Yeah, it's different and you know it. I think the release date for Marvel Spider-Man 2 is more reasonable. How many members away from a new emote? It's like 600. We get our next emote at 1,800 members. We're at like 1,200. I use Lono Lude as Kappa. Yeah, but Lono Lude does not look like a Kappa. It looks like he's being dirty. Can we get a Thanos emote for the YouTube blips? We've actually not been having that many YouTube blips since I switched off the legacy ingest servers. You know what I mean? I'd settle for a Kappa emote made by the same crappy artist who made the coffee emotes. Lono toxic is my sarcastic, says Robert. Yeah, but most people aren't going to see it that way. What's the over-under on seeing at least one of Sony's new live service games? Yeah, William Long, somebody brought that up. Like, maybe we'll see a tentative announcement about the one of the live service games. Oh, the PO hit today? Somebody sent something to the PO box. It's going to get there today. Track package. Status not available at the moment? What? That's so weird. Why would you not? Is USPS? Yeah, it's there. Okay. It's there. Product information. First class. Tracking history. You guys don't hear that? Parcel locker. It's in my parcel locker. Cool. Yeah, you guys can always send stuff to the P.O. box if you want. The Amazon wish list is like for my kiddos, but if you ever want to send anything directly to me. When we get 50 more likes on this video, there's like 400 people here. All you lurkers have got to help out. You got to help out. It has to be a guarantee. I think Helldivers 2 will be one of the service games. It'll be announced. Jim Ryan claimed multiple live service games are releasing this quarter. Wait, live service games are coming this quarter, or do you mean first quarter of next year? Oh, fiscal quarter. Oh, this fiscal year. I was like, what the frick? I was like, I didn't read that. Jesus is tapping on Lono's shoulder. Watch that. Lono, have you seen Crimson Desert gameplay? It's an RPG open world game. You take all the Assassin's Creed games and you put it into the... So wait, hang on. Crimson Desert? No, I've not seen that yet. Personally, I'm not a fan of the, oh, she's 1,000-year-old, but she looks like a child anime trope. It just weirds me out. Yeah. Sony fiscal year ends in March. Wait, so if they have live service games coming out this fiscal year, then what on earth would be coming out? Did he say it plural? There's going to be live service games plural coming out in this fiscal year, which means by March, at least 2 of them is coming out? That doesn't... I don't know about that. I don't know about that, dude. I don't know where you read that. That sounds like maybe that's possible misread. Well, Gran Turismo 7 is live service, so I guess they only need to release one more for that statement to be true, which could be the Last of Us multiplayer game. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Did you see the trailer for Doc V? No, I've not seen the trailer for that. Dropping a surprise live service title would be a good strategy. There's no time for people to hate all over it before it releases. Are they counting the next Bungie expansion? No. They're pairing up with Bungie to assist with the launch of like 10 live service games. So I don't think in his mind he's including with that like, oh yeah, we're going to help them with their expansion. That would be like the most ridiculous way to look at it. It wouldn't surprise me if Gran Turismo 7 is one of the 2 he had in mind, and maybe the multiplayer, the Last of Us multiplayer game could be the other one. Because that could land before March. No doubt in my mind, that could land before March. You know? Jim Ryan says PlayStation 2 has unannounced live service games coming this fiscal year. Oh, he did say it. Eugene found it. Who was saying that in chat? Yeah, JR. I wish we could gift memberships to specific people. I would have gifted you one for that one. Eugene found the confirmation. Yo, I love that. I love that. The Untitled Goose Game scaring Spider-Man. What do you think about Black Myth Wukong? I think it looks amazing. I've covered it a couple of times on this channel. I think it looks phenomenal. Death Stranding 2 and Silent Hill. I think those are stretches. I don't think we see Death Stranding 2 or Silent Hill at the PlayStation Showcase. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Deviation Games has a live service multiplayer game in the works. When they're going to announce Gift of Eden release date? I don't know. If you like the Goose Game, a copycat called Snackcoon about a raccoon is coming. Yeah, I saw that. Then there's the Squirrel game in Unreal 5 where he can like grab guns and stuff. It's Squirrel with a Gun, I think is literally the name of the game. He runs around with like a handgun or something. That article was also after Gran Turismo 7. All right, hang on a second. This came out after Gran Turismo 7, this article. Asked by an analyst if the two additional titles were announced or included in the Destiny release from Bungie the studio is set to acquire, Ryan said, Destiny is not included in the 3 games slated for fiscal year 2022. The 2 others are yet to be announced. So one of the 3 is Gran Turismo, but the 2 unannounced are not. So there's 2. Okay, so one of them is probably Last of Us multiplayer game. And the other one, we don't know what it is because it's not announced. Because he's saying 3 for the whole fiscal year, but he's saying 2 of them are unannounced. So I would say Gran Turismo is one of the 3. And Last of Us multiplayer is one of the unannounced. Because at the time he said that, it hadn't been announced yet. YouTube is going to refund the gifted after the conclusion of the stream if they are not picked up. I chatted with them on the phone. This seems to be an issue, as it seems there are others. So they're aware of the issue, Detective Seeds. As long as it's just not unique to my channel. I saw another guy tweeting saying he had to encourage his audience to stop doing gifted memberships because they just weren't consistent. He was like, they're not getting grabbed. Spider-Man 2 is the last live service? No. Fiscal year. Spider-Man 2 is not coming out soon enough to be in the fiscal year. When was that article? Remember Last of Us multiplayer was announced on a summer game? That article was posted May. That was posted in May. So the Last of Us multiplayer game is probably one of the 2. Because when he said that in May, it had not been announced yet. It's not unique to you, says Detective Seeds. He seemed like it was an ongoing problem. Okay. It's so weird because it's almost like our first stream of the day, it works. And once we get to our second and third streams, it glitches out. I wonder if it's the redirect that's messing with it. It's like we're all of a sudden in a new stream, and it's like it's not reading the people that are in chat. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if that's what it is. Like, I wonder if a bunch of people need to leave and come back fresh to the chat, and then it would work or something. I don't know. I wonder how many of the most loyal viewers just ride the redirect, and then frickin' the YouTube chat doesn't see them as being there or something. It's like it's glitching out. It's not just your channel. I was watching a live stream last night that got gifted 40, and they went unclaimed. It's so unfortunate. Like, you're taking the wind right out of the sails. Who's going to want to do that if that keeps happening? Like, who wants to spend money and have that happen? Maybe Armored Core? Sony did just buy a good percentage. Okay, so Bandai is likely showing Armored Core at the Tokyo Game Show, so I don't think you're going to see Armored Core this week. Or at the... I'm sorry, you're not going to see it at the PlayStation Showcase. We're getting punished? I'm just theorizing, Abe. I'm just theorizing what could be breaking it. Because it worked fine in the first stream. And then in the second stream, it stopped working. And then in this stream, it stopped working. But in our first stream, they got grabbed like right away. It took like 30 seconds, and then all 10 got grabbed. And then like 30 seconds to a minute later, all 5 got grabbed. Like, it was really fast. Now, near the end, they were grabbed a little bit slower, but they were still all getting grabbed. It was like they were spaced out. Armored Core is also supposed to be basically finished. Yeah, even redirect barely works, exactly. If you guys are just tuning in for the PlayStation Showcase 2022 predictions, I made a bunch of predictions at the beginning of the video. If you want to rewind and see the opening 5 minutes about what I think, feel free to click subscribe and tell us what you think is going to show up. Supposedly there's going to be an announcement today about it, and then the showcase is going to be this Tuesday the 8th. We will be covering it. Do me a favor if you haven't already, if you've been here for a while or you like my streams, or maybe this is your first time being here, consider smashing the like button. It's totally free to hit the like button, and we could hit 300 likes very easily. Appreciate you being here, supporting the channel. We already covered Hogwarts Legacy today, the new God of War Ragnarok gameplay, and now we're doing our own predictions about the Sony Showcase. The PlayStation Showcase, I should say. This isn't going to be exactly a Sony Showcase. That's a little bit different. That's usually like hardware, TVs, and stuff. This is going to be a PlayStation Showcase. And it looks like a lot of you came from the redirect recommendations, or you searched for this on YouTube. And if you search for this on YouTube and you found us, we really, really appreciate you doing that and clicking on the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the coverage. This is Reforge Gaming. I do multiple streams throughout the week. Sadly, I think people are searching for Sony State of Play. That's what they think it is. I think that's what people are looking for, is Sony State of Play. This will be instead of the regular Sony State of Play that they like doing. I'm going to include that in the description because I think a lot of people are searching for Sony State of Play because that's what they think this is going to be. I don't think people are searching for Sony Showcase as much as Sony State of Play because they're two different things. Abe, you're being punished because you're a bad boy. He says, punish me. People are watching. Hey, settle down. What happened in chat? I took 2 seconds to look away from the chat. You two cool off. Jiminy Christmas. What is going on? Guerrilla Games is hiring for an unannounced multiplayer project. Well, there you go. Horizon Forbidden West co-op mode, maybe? That's older news. I mean, a Horizon Forbidden West co-op mode would be so fun. Oh my gosh. My wife and I could play through that entire game with both our PlayStation 5s. I could do all the side quests, all the maps. I want so badly to be able to play through games like that. Immortals Phoenix Rising, Horizon Forbidden West. I wish I could play through games like that with my wife. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild co-op mod was just such a pain in the butt I gave up, and now we're playing Returnal. I hope one of Sony's service titles is a fighting game. Yeah, maybe. I've reconsidered my position on this flirting. Christina said you can join in as well. I've reconsidered my position. So you think Sony will do a full showcase, not a State of Play? Yeah, this is their annual showcase. It's not just a Sony State of Play. Yeah. We weren't showing up in search results for Sony State of Play, and if you type Sony right now, that's one of the recommended searches, is because I think people are searching for it. Like, they want to know, is there a Sony State of Play going on, right? So, sadly, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about, like, oh, that's probably what people are looking for. They're not necessarily searching for the PlayStation Showcase. They're looking for the Sony State of Play. Sony State of Play and the PlayStation Showcase are completely different things. Sony State of Play, that happens like every couple of months. The PlayStation Showcase is like an annual thing that they do all on their own. It's like their big show. I asked much earlier, would it be feasible to just do a day one long stream, upload the whole 5 to 6 hour block, and then subdivide each one like normal uploads? It would start the sub VODs with the fresh view count and like count, but I think that your VOD watching worker lurkers would like a solid block. That would not work. Yo, Lucario says, I don't need a gifted. I'm going to become a member for myself. Thank you so much, Lucario. Enjoy the dope badge. Enjoy the emotes. You are dope and deserve dope stuff. Yeah, Mike, that would not work. So it's actually a creative idea, but there's multiple problems with it. Number one, the viewership would be atrocious for the main stream because it would be way too long. Number two, slicing out those segments being like an hour or two long video, and then all of a sudden that being like a fresh upload, YouTube would be like, what the frick is this? Why is there a 2 hour long video about, new God of War Ragnarok gameplay? So what it does now is the video hits the search results as a live stream. It hits suggest, it hits home pages or whatever, and it gets good treatment. And then as a VOD, it gets also pretty good treatment, right? What you're suggesting, through all the experimentation we have done, it would be horrendous. So it's not that your idea is necessarily bad, it's that the mechanism that YouTube has built would make your idea bad. Like, for all intents and purposes, what you're saying is actually kind of how it should work, but YouTube isn't built in that way. So, are you going to live stream Steel Rising? If you want to see my Reforge first look, you can head over to the Reforge First Look channel and see my first look at it. I'm not going to play it beyond that. I didn't like it that much. I thought it was clunky. I thought the camera was poor. I had unresponsive inputs. I had a lot of people say similar things. They're like, the game just doesn't feel that good. It just does not feel that good. There's something clunky about it. Something clunky about it. I felt multiple times that I was pushing my right bumper and it just was not responding. It was really, really weird. It wasn't a stamina problem. It wasn't a button problem because it's a brand new controller. So I wasn't really sure what was going on. I wasn't sure what the deal was. Hot take. Sony is recapturing the mystery and wonder of video games by going away from overly advertising games and game announcements. They're building hype and anticipation by not feeding the news cycle. Well, I think they've maybe gone so full in that direction that it's been a little frustrating. Do you know what I mean? I actually think it's been a little frustrating to say, well, yeah, we'd love some info on this game. And they're kind of like, yeah, but we're going to not say anything for a really, really long time. Because I think there's plenty of ways to extend hype. I think there's plenty of ways to drag things out. I think maybe they're going a little bit too far down that road. Ever seen Lost Soul Aside? No. Such a cool setting, but gameplay has never been strong suit for spiders. I thought the gameplay for both Miles Morales and Spider-Man were great. You do have to respect sacrificing marketing in order to keep surprises for gamers. If you played Forbidden West, the big surprise that came late game in terms of mounts. I don't remember that. Yeah, I'm asking my wife. She's doing all right. She had kind of a late night last night. We had a friend of ours. Their kid was having an issue, and the mom wanted to get him checked out. So my wife went over and was sitting with the other kids, and it's like my wife's Tuesday is like super duper full. So I was like, hopefully you can get back, and they don't have to like keep him overnight. Can we get 5 more likes on the video? Likes have been like pulling teeth lately. I think we get late in the day, and so many of you guys have gone full lurk on me. Check out Lost Soul Aside. It's crazy black Wukong graphics and gameplay. Is there a launch date for it? So the gameplay was not 4 minutes, it was just 1 minute? Yeah, it was 1 minute. They said they had roughly 4 minutes of new gameplay to show. Will you complete Ragnarok on stream? That's up to you guys. If the viewership, we run a pretty tight ship here, okay? So we do a talk show every morning, and then after that, we either do more talk shows or sometimes we do gameplay. When something big like Ragnarok comes out, I would like to play it to completion. However, we very much have an audience that is more firmly rooted in the talk show, and gameplay tends to drive them away after a while. They'll watch a game on its launch date, they'll check it out, and then they'll move on. So I've continued to say, if I get to like part 4 or 5 playing through Ragnarok, and the viewership's not there and the audience isn't supporting it, I'll just kick it over to members only, so the members can watch it at the end of every day, and then the talk shows will just continue like normal. The morning show segment will never change. It's the second and third segments that are interchangeable, but if gameplay gets support, I'll just keep on going. If I get to part 5, 6, 7, and I'm just cruising through Ragnarok and having a good time, and I got a lot of folks tuning in and supporting it, I'll keep going. but I'm not going to tank my channel just to play a video game. There's plenty of games right now I would love to play and do segments with, but that's not the audience that we've built. We've built a talk show audience. Ask anybody who's subscribed to this channel in the 9 months why they subscribed, and they'll be like, oh, I like to listen to it. It's a nice talk show. Well, gameplay's not conducive for that. So we have to be very aware of what the audience responds to. It's just being intelligent with the brand, you know? If you curate an audience that likes to watch you paint and then suddenly you're not painting, a lot of those people aren't going to watch. They're going to be like, that's not what I subscribe for. So gameplay is contextually sensible sometimes, but it's not necessarily conducive to good decision making if we're just going to be like, if we're going to be indulgent. Well, Lono really wants to play this game, so he's on part 7. Yeah, and numbers are atrocious. Like, it just depends. It worked with Elden Ring, but Elden Ring was a very special game. I played that game once or more, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week for like 2 months, you know? But it was a very different type of game. I personally prefer when streamers play a game a while after release so more people get to finish the game and watch their streamer's journey. Well, the beauty of Ragnarok is I'll only be able to play it for a couple hours each day, so it won't be hard for people to get ahead of me because I also don't stream on Saturdays and Sundays. So there'll be opportunities to get ahead of me, you know. And I would like to play, you know, slight completionist and look for things and do side quests and etc. I think God of War Ragnarok gameplay is going to be very expansive compared to the first game. I do. I think it's going to be really, really good. Yeah, I'm here for this Jagoff to run his pie hole. Shut up, Lord Bacon. Some people want to be surprised and not be completely overrun by information. Think of it as when a movie shows all the good bits. I stopped watching movie trailers for that reason. Once I've concluded I'm going to watch a movie, I don't consume the trailers anymore. Speaking of God of War, the pop-in I was talking about is at 52 seconds on the Game Informer trailer. All right, hang on a second. Hang on. The one we watched today. The one we watched today. Excuse me. 52 seconds. Okay. Wait, where does it pop in? Oh, not today, the combat one. All right, hang on. 52 seconds of the combat one. What pops in? Look at top left. What? All right, hang on, chat. You're going to have to help me with this. What pops in? What am I looking for? This is at 52 seconds. That's 52 seconds. Is it when he goes and jumps? Oh, after he jumps down. I don't see it. You got to tell me exactly what pops in. I'm not seeing anything popping in after he jumps down. You saw it, Hellfire? Behind the blue tree. Okay, hang on. Behind the blue tree. What the frick? How did you even catch this? How did you even catch this? I'm not seeing it. I'm looking behind the blue tree. What pops in? Keep going. I don't understand what's so hard about describing what pops in. We've been through this before. What pops in? Tell me what I'm looking for. Shouldn't be that hard. Behind the tree, thus and so thing pops in. Like, help me out here, man. We did this with Starfield. You guys go so generic on me. Like, tell me what I'm looking for. Oh, you guys said you saw it. Oh, wait. Is it behind the bridge? Oh, I see it. That is so weird. It's like the entire wall disappears. It's like the rendered version of the wall is further back than what they're showing. That is so bizarre. It almost looks like two pieces of footage chained together, which it isn't two pieces of footage, but that's how dramatic it is. I wonder what caused that. Like, there were literal people popping in the Forspoken trailer, and then in the Sonic trailer, there was entire structures. That is so bizarre. It's not even pop-in. It happens twice. Watch. It happens twice. One, gone, back. It's like one of those Hellblade puzzles or something. I don't think that's pop-in. Yeah, I think it's a rendering bug. It's not pop-in. Watch. Fully rendered right there. Bam. There it is. And now it's gone. I don't know if I would classify that as pop-in. It's like some kind of a rendering bug. I mean, it's still a bug. They still pushed out footage with a bug in it. I'll grant you that. That's super weird. Focus change? I don't know. It's like when your camera glitches into a wall and you see unstructures of the wall. Right. Yeah, I'm not concerned or anything. I don't think that puts it on the same level as the Starfield trailer. The Starfield trailer had frame rate issues and, like, blatant pop-in. This feels like some kind of a rendering bug. Like when they rendered the trailer or something. Yeah, it's like a camera glitch. This is actually a really good freeze frame of his shield. Yeah, watch what happens, Eugene. Watch. So over here on the other side of the bridge wall, see how all of a sudden that stuff just appeared? There's like some kind of a camera rendering glitch in the trailer. Not there, there. Not there, there. It's like the whole wall disappears. It's like there's some kind of a visual glitch. So it's there, and then he's going to pivot back, and now it's gone. And then it's not there, and now it's there again. So it's like it's again, yeah, it's like when you get too close to a wall and you can like see through it or something. It's a culling issue. It's probably occlusion culling gone wrong. It also could just literally be a glitch in the vertical slice they built. Like, the reason I drew attention to FPS performance issues in Starfield and Pop-In was it was blatant. This is honestly not that blatant, hard to see, and it isn't necessarily like endemic engine issue. Like the Starfield trailer feels like something is actually struggling to hit certain frames per second, and then Pop-In also feels like something more rooted into the actual processing power of the game itself. This feels like some kind of a camera bug or glitch. Like, I played plenty of amazing games, and you get too close to a wall and you turn, and it just gets wonky. You get up against structures and rocks, and you, like, turn to the side, and stuff just disappears. Pretty obvious, game-breaking. Don't even think I can buy the game now, says Abe. This type of bug was in Horizon Forbidden West in the PS4 version. Yeah. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying it's not a cause for concern because it's a common thing that happens in games with cameras and bugs and glitches. When you're trotting out a next-gen game and your trailer looks like it's actually struggling to hit 60 FPS, I'm sorry, no. It looks like your trailer is struggling to hit 30 FPS. That's more concerning. Like, if this game in the trailers was struggling to hit 30 FPS, I'd be kind of worried. I'd be like, I don't know, man. A lot of people are going to buy this on PS4 and probably be pretty disappointed or annoyed that their version is running, subpar. Because they tried to do too much. Metal Hellsinger is coming day one to Game Pass. What? I don't even know what game that is. What kind of game is that? Cyberpunk is trending. Cyberpunk will likely be our lead story for tomorrow. We don't want to talk about it right now and, cannibalize tomorrow's show. We're sort of holding our breath right now to see if Sony makes an announcement. It'll probably be too late in the day for us to be like, yay, let's throw confetti in the air. But if there is an announced Sony showcase, if there's a PlayStation showcase announced for this week, we will cover it when it happens. And Assassin's Creed just tweeted 5 minutes ago, welcome to the greatest playground, history. Learn more about the future of the brand during the Assassin's Creed showcase on September the 10th. And it's a mashup trailer of, like, all of the games. It looks really, really cool. It's like a live action trailer that seems to be mashing up all the games. Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. Welcome to the greatest playground. And all of them leap into history. Yeah, we're covering this Saturday. Yeah, we're covering this. Do you guys want to see this? I don't know if we can lead a show with this. So I don't know if I'm cannibalizing tomorrow's show, but this to me feels like a trailer for Infinity. Sounds like they're ready to announce Infinity. It does. This looks like a trailer for Infinity to me. So it says, "Are you ready?" Of course you are. Come on, don't let 1,000 spears impress you. Be the thorn in history's side. So even Black Flag is here. Going way back. Yeah, this is their confirmation that we're going to learn more about Infinity this week. So here we go. That's Syndicate or Unity. Animus Origins. That was Assassin's Creed 3. That's Odyssey. That's Valhalla. And then right here, they throw them up all on here. In a modern setting, mind you, that looked kind of modern. Leap into history. Infinity or Mirage. That right there has nothing to do with Mirage. Look at the way the tweet reads. It says, "Welcome to the greatest playground, history. Learn more about the future of the brand during the Assassin's Creed showcase on September the 10th. So that's during Ubisoft Forward. There's no way that's about Mirage. No way. Mirage is just like the next standalone title. That's what are we doing? YouTube down is trending? Why is YouTube down trending on Twitter? Is YouTube having a problem? Is your service down in Pakistan? It looks like an hour to 2 hours ago, people were reporting outages in other countries, maybe. YouTuber blocked by... Oh, maybe Pakistan's blocking it? Yeah, it might have gotten blocked over there because of something going on. And a lot of people are asking if it's down. Yeah. It's a couple hours ago, something happened that caused it to go down over there, maybe. Want the inside scoop on the announcements? We could probably make a show out of that, Barry, or yeah, maybe. That video gave me goosebumps. I played every single game, getting me hyped. So AC is going to do 2 games at the same time again. Oh no, even if they're different games, I'm not sure about them splitting their resources. According to Tom Henderson, there's going to be several things announced. Yeah, AC overload. We'll see. We'll see, because it was... Infinity's supposed to be a platform. It's supposed to be a platform. First ever Forbes creator list is out, and XQC made number 12. Call the ambulance, but not for me. That's a good thing. I'm checking Twitter just to see if we have any announcements about the PlayStation Showcase. Oh, Tom Hendy leaked that 30 minutes ago about the showcase. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be... Yeah, I don't know if that'll be something we could run a show on or not. Sorry, this guy completed something after 80 hours. His name is this, and it's the first ever to achieve this. This is his YouTube. He played mostly NA, 150 ping, got DC'd 4 times. Also had 4 stream snipers trying to throw his games. GG, well played. There was a guy, an Overwatch streamer, completed the unranked to Grandmaster run with no sound, no HUD, no outlines, no voice or text comms, only playing Winston. It took him 80 hours to do it. What a monster. What a freaking monster. Just announced is trending. Why is just announced trending? No. The Infinity Tease is very much saying you can play whenever you want, how you want. That's what we all started thinking, that like Assassin's Creed Infinity as a platform is going to be like an opportunity for them to just do like play in this era, this genre, these weapon sets, this fighting style, and I don't know, that could be really, really good. That could let them constantly, you know, that could allow them to constantly add to the game. There's no limit on how many eras and times they could add. They could literally just spend the first 5 years adding stuff that you're more familiar with, but it would all be all new because it would be from like eras of the game. You know, go all the way back to the beginning and start there. So, guys, we're probably going to be covering the Sony showcase this week, the PlayStation showcase. We should be covering it this week when it happens. It's supposed to be getting announced today and then happening on Thursdays. And then there is Ubisoft Forward on Saturday. We will also be covering that. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got the bell button pressed so you don't miss all of the various things that we cover on the channel. I'm just sort of watching right now. If you have your own PlayStation Showcase predictions, be sure to put them in the chat there. All you got to do is be a subscriber to talk in my chat. Yeah, it looks like people are weighing in. Richard Hoeg's weighing in on the Tencent wants more, gets more of Ubisoft. Halo Esports had a trailer. HCS says, Suit Up Guardians, the new HCS playoff bundles are now available. Who cares about that? When is the showcase? Yo, what's good, Bort? Hey, I remember you. You're all the way back from Purple, aren't you? Aren't you? Is it Purple or was it Threadless? Where do I know you from? Anyway, the Sony showcase is supposedly getting announced today, and then it's going to go live on Thursday the 8th. September the 8th. Yo, what's good, Big Bosso? Is this channel doing a live reaction to the showcase? We will do a live co-stream of the showcase, Ernest, on Thursday when it happens. Today, we were just doing predictions. I outlined my thoughts on God of War Ragnarok gameplay, since they're being really stingy with it. Game Informer was supposed to have like a bunch of new gameplay, like 4 minutes worth, and it was barely a minute's worth of new gameplay. It was very scant. I believe there'll be Spider-Man 2 gameplay, as well as a Wolverine trailer. And then there could be stuff about the cloud gaming. There could be stuff about Sony PSVR 2. People were bringing up like Horizon Forbidden West DLC. Yo, Tenor Dude, one of our Tier 2 members, just hit 13 months, got himself a green badge. That's a whole year milestone. Thank you very much. What's Threadless? It's the T-shirt website I used to hang out on. I interacted with that. I actually interacted with that community quite a bit over there a long time ago. Long time ago. Sony heard you were doing a video, Lono, and they decided not to do the showcase the week just to spite you. They put to get you, homie, get your head low. Yeah. They're coming for me. Maybe I should do 3 years of Q&A about their property, really formulate and curate a great community funnel, and then they can conspire to take me down. You know, maybe due to blackmail and backroom favors. You know, it's hard when your CMs go to events and do things they shouldn't. Wait. Sorry, I'm talking about a different company. Sorry, that's a different situation. 10 total studios have worked on and helped work on Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that'll be Saturday. We usually don't stream on Saturdays, guys. We usually do not stream on Saturdays. So make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you're following on Twitter. Make sure you got notifications turned on. That way, you'll get notified when I go live on Saturday. Yeah. Is chat acting up or are we heavy lurk? Let's ask some questions. Let's get the chat spun up again. All right. Do you think that it's too early for Spider-Man 2 gameplay? Because that's probably my one prediction that I'm the most iffy on. You're heavy lurking? Okay. Let's get chat spun up again. There's plenty of people here to get a conversation going. Do you think it's too early for Spider-Man 2 gameplay? Because I worry about going that early with gameplay. If you look at how they've marketed God of War Ragnarok, they've been very, very, very stingy with gameplay. So why would they suddenly trot out Spider-Man 2 gameplay? And I mean, it's got to be pretty brief, right? I want to couple this question with another question. Do you think we're going to get co-op gameplay in Spider-Man 2? Do you think we're going to get it? I'm curious how it would work. There were some co-op missions in one of the Batman games, and sometimes I wonder if these games just won't work all that well because you're just going to be getting in each other's way. We are getting co-op, calling it, says Sven. I'm begging for another Spider-Man, says Ryan. So everybody says, spin me up. It'd be amazing. Maybe another teaser. Too early, don't want to see it, says NS. Says N Spades. Why don't you want to see it? What about it makes you like, oh, you want to wait? You don't want to get too hyped? I think and hope we get co-op. Which is why it's too early to have gameplay, says Poet Lawyer. Heavy lurking, currently back at the desk work in New York City. No worries. I wish we could turn a bunch of these gray names to members. Gifted members aren't working right now. If you currently aren't a member, no joystick, no emotes, no access to my members only Discord or my members only content, consider jumping in. It's only $5, man, and we'll be doing one today. We do a talk show every day for members. If you cannot afford it, be here as much as you possibly can, because the more loyal you are, the more likely you'll get those gifted members. I'm imagining it'll be fixed sometime this week. Somebody said they were doing back-end maintenance, and so hopefully it's getting fixed. Spider-Man is cool, but my PlayStation feels like it's going to melt when I play. Phantom Phoenix says, yes, I think they will add co-op gameplay. I think the idea of untethered co-op Gotham Knight is done correctly, could work. Phantom Phoenix, did you become a member like just today through Gifted or something? I don't recognize your avatar or your name, and you have a brand new badge. Did you become a member when I wasn't live, or did you get a gifted membership through email or something? I don't think we'll see Spider-Man. The main focus will probably be God of War. They probably don't want to overshadow it. Well, it's the annual showcase, though, Master Ty, so it's not. I don't think they're afraid of doing that. They have to set the table for what's coming next year. The Sony PlayStation Showcase is bigger than just like, hey, here's the next big game we're doing. It's more about like, here's what's coming in the next, in the following year. I want to be surprised. I'm going to get it anyway, and I don't need to see any more of Ragnarok either. Have they announced something? Joker, the leaks and rumors are that we're supposedly seeing something today, like an announcement. The PlayStation Showcase announcement is supposed to be today, and then it is leaked to be happening on Thursday the 8th, which is this week in just a couple of days. So, yeah. Z-Laner has announced a controller with Scuff Gaming. I wonder if it's going to come with the toggle so you can have walls and aim locking. Like hit. Wait, sorry. I shouldn't have. So, we got to edit that out in post. We got to edit that out in post. We're about to find out. It would seem odd to sandwich between Disney UV and the TGS. Sorry, hoping I'm not bursting any bubbles, but Insomniac confirmed a while ago no co-op in Spider-Man 2. They said single player only. Oh, wait, did they confirm that it has no co-op? I thought that was okay, Spider-Man 2 co-op. Confirmed. Let's see what we got. In August, there's a strong indication that co-op may be coming to Spider-Man 2. So that was in August, right? Where did they confirm no co-op? Maybe I'll do no co-op confirmed. Because this was all discovered weeks ago. Spider-Man 2 could have co-op, suggesting from a PC port of the first game. Frick, I'm fired. Did they... I thought... you saying that, I feel like maybe they did tweet it and say, no, it's just a single-player game or something. Co-op is in the PC game files, so they tested it at some point. Yeah, it's not confirmation of anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing any headlines about their chiming in on it. I swear there was a tweet or something where somebody did speak to it, but now I'm blanking and I'm not remembering if I actually read that. We cover so many different stories, it's hard to know sometimes if something's real or not. Like I have a hard time remembering sometimes. I was gifted membership about a week ago or so. I'm a working lurker, but it's a slow day. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for supporting the channel, and I'm glad you got one. I was like, that name isn't familiar to me with the badge and the name and the joystick. I want to see a game called Hell Is Us and Pragmata. They did it in an interview. All right, hang on. Spider-Man 2 interview co-op. Pretty sure it was on their Twitter media outlet they did an interview with. Dadgummit. Wait. That was a video. No, that's really old video. Never mind. I was like, there's a video about it, but it's old. No, I can't find it. Spider-Man 2 interview co-op is just pulling up all the dadgum TV show stuff. Insomniac confirmed it on Twitter. All right. Oh, right here. Thank you so much, Sven. Spider-Man 2 game will not have co-op, confirms Insomniac. This was but this was in September of last year. Everything we were reading was in August. But I guess the August stuff was about the PC port, which is that's not a great way. While pushing the capabilities of the console will be very exciting, we're equally pumped to craft all new stories for Peter and Miles in the sequel. Just as in our previous Spider-Man games, we not only want to tell a great superhero story, but also deliver a compelling human story, one full of heart, humor that dives deep. Let's start with one of the most... Marvel Spider-Man 2. We're so thrilled to continue this exciting game and the epic single-player adventure. Yeah, but that's not them saying no co-op. That's just a description that plenty of single-player games allow for companionship. This is loose. This is really, really old. We're thrilled to continue the journey in our most epic single-player adventure yet, and they're saying this confirms no co-op. I don't agree with that. That was in September of last year. September of last year, and in August of this year, they found stuff in the PC port. So unless you can find me confirmation of this tweet, Insomniac tweeted and said, no, absolutely not, no co-op, I don't know if I'm ready to put it to bed as like, oh no, it's completely not happening. Okay. Epic single player. Yeah, like, I feel like games that offer co-op are still described as single player. Like, Far Cry 6 has companion co-op in it. But Far Cry 6 is described as a single player game. Right? Far Cry 6 is a first-person shooter game developed by Ubisoft, published by Ubisoft, main installment. Wouldn't this be described as a single player game? I don't know if they have the description typed anywhere. But I would imagine you would be completely in your right to call Far Cry 6 a single-player game, even though there's co-op companionship in it. So I don't know if I'm willing to put it to bed just based on the product description alone. Where was the leak about the announcement being today? It was the Snitch and somebody else. Right? Didn't the Snitch say it, and then did Tom Hendy say it? Insomniac loves single-player, heavy story-focused games. I don't see it happening. I could see it being a companion thing. So it would literally be, hey, come and play with me and be the other Spidey. But you wouldn't have your own version of Spider-Man. It wouldn't be like a pure co-op experience. It wouldn't be like your save file and my save file come together. Hendy said he doesn't know. The Snitch did not say it. I was told that the Snitch said it. Maybe I was given bad intel. I was told that the Snitch said there was an announcement coming today. That might have been inaccurate. The Snitch did say it. He tweeted it yesterday. What's the Snitch's Twitter account? The Snitch Twitter leak. It came from his community as a joke. Okay, hang on. I'm not seeing anything from him yesterday, Creature. I got nothing. He hasn't tweeted since September the 4th. What are you playing this weekend? And he replied to the Game Awards, Tinder. No, I didn't create the event, and please read carefully. Yeah, he didn't tweet yesterday. The tweet has been deleted by the tweet author. Game Rant says why fans should be keeping an eye on PlayStation on the September the 6th. Sony could very well make a big announcement on September the 6th, assuming recent rumors in the gaming industry prove to be accurate. Many PlayStation fans believe Sony will host its next major PlayStation showcase soon. There are two major reasons for this. The first is that Sony has hosted a PlayStation showcase every year for the past 3 years, so it's unlikely to be breaking tradition now. This is perhaps especially true given that its next major release, God of War Ragnarok, is still has a ton that it needs to show off. The second comes from a reliable rumor suggesting that it's happening on September the 8th. To be clear on terminology, a PlayStation Showcase is a big event for Sony, while Sony State of Plays are more little like updates. It's essentially its E3 replacement, dating back to the Sickie when it put E3 in an odd position to begin with. The PlayStation Showcase is essentially a big state of play, but where the latter is usually around 20 to 30 minutes, the Showcase is likely an hour or two, at least, of multiple games. This is a functionality two different events. These are functionally two different events, but how Sony approaches them typically follows key patterns when it comes to announcing them. The chances of a new PlayStation Showcase happening soon are high, but that leaves two major questions as to when it will take place and what will be shown. The latter is impossible to predict, as many are hoping God of War and some of Sony's 2023 games like Marvel's Spider-Man 2, but when the PS Showcase announcement will come isn't nearly as possible to predict. Occasionally, Sony will announce something a week in advance. This is rare, but not unheard of for the company. One PlayStation Showcase was announced a week in advance, but given that September 1 passed with no announcement, that means Sony is either not following this pattern or this event is not taking place on September the 8th. I'm reading this from GameRant.com, by the way. Assuming it's not the latter means Sony may be going with its other pattern. Typically speaking, Sony will announce something like a State of Play or PlayStation Showcase 2 days before the event actually happens. The company tends to host these events on Wednesdays or Thursdays, announcing them 2 days before Monday and Tuesday. So that's why September the 6th is so important. If the rumors are legit, then this is the likeliest date, a Tuesday, that fans will know for sure. It makes perfect sense too, as Thursdays tend to be a little more common than Wednesdays, and September the 8th is a Thursday. Furthermore, September 5th is Labor Day, and so any announcement then would really make sense for Sony's US audience. It's not impossible, sure, but any betting man would bet money that the PlayStation Showcase will be announced on September the 6th. This is also super important for managing fan expectations. Oftentimes, fans will erroneously treat rumors as facts and hold companies responsible for something they have no control over. Sure, a company could deny rumors publicly, but and this does happen sometimes, but a company like Sony would never rest if it had to dispel every rumor that was out there. Fans have every right to be excited for a PlayStation Showcase and everything that could be announced there, but don't have the right to be upset if the Showcase rumors don't prove true. Luckily, fans don't have to wait until September 7th or 8th to see if this proves true or not. It's a simple approach of managing expectations. If September the 6th passes without an announcement of the PlayStation Showcase, it almost certainly is not happening on September the 8th. That's a pretty well-written article. They did good keyword placement, too. I picked up on that multiple times. Multiple times. You don't need leakers. History suggests it. Don't know his handle. Saw it secondhand. The middle of the month is heavy. Maybe they're going to go at the end of the month. Today's announcement could be God of War SOP. I think next Thursday is rumored to show Nintendo's next Direct, so this Thursday makes sense. When does the showcase happen? All rumors point to the 8th, and Sony's history points that we should have an announcement within the next couple of hours today about it happening on Thursday. So within the next 3 hours, we should have something. If we don't get anything by the end of today, then it's not happening on the 8th. Because they're not. I don't think they would do a one-day announcement. I don't think they would do that. I don't think that that's a good idea. We are getting much better treatment today. If you guys found us through search results, suggest, or the homepage on YouTube, man, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. We've covered quite a bit today. It was a bit of a breakneck day. And we covered multiple things, topics, and shows. So thank you to everybody who has hung out with us all day today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just checking again. Just refreshed. New gunner optics, same swagger. Oh, those gunners do look like Tony Stark glasses. I need those. Golly. You guys think I could pull these off? Let me show them to you. Our gunner link doesn't get used enough. I don't really talk about it that much. We are sponsored by Gunner, and you can use my link below to get a discount if you need blue light blocking glasses or sunglasses. Do you think I could pull those off? I think I could pull those off. I think those are pretty friggin' dope. Right? I think those are pretty friggin' dope. YouTube was kind to you on my feed. You showed up out of nowhere, a welcome surprise. Well, thank you. Did you watch me in the past, or have you never watched me before? Don't see why not. We don't pull enough weight with gunners for them to send me frames. I actually bought these frames on my own. They gave me a discount, but oh, you've never watched me before. Cool. Well, I appreciate you chilling with us today. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty dope that we got people, brand new folks chilling that long with us today. That's very, very cool. We do multiple shows every day. Gunners makes those? Yeah, the ones that were on the screen. Yeah. I think they do. I think the Stark Industries case was just like a joke, right? I think it was a joke. But I think they do make those frames, yes. Yeah, they're right on the homepage. Yeah, they're right on their homepage. This guy's wearing them. They are let's see. Let's see what they're called. Okay, are they under gaming? There they are. Wait, they're literally called the Stark Industries Edition. That's literally what they're called. Oh no, they do come with that case. They 100% come with that case. Oh my gosh. I frickin' need them. I need the non-yellow tint too. I don't want the yellow tint. I like them when they're just slightly tinted. Frick. I need those so bad. Just click buy now, no shame in it. Yeah. If I had frames to cycle in and out, I think more people would notice my frames and say, "Hey, where are your frames from?" And that, that might drive more people to use the glasses command and go buy some. Year to date, this current year, my code's been used I think 4 times. That's pretty good. I don't know if that warrants them sending me frames though. They sent me sunglasses. I think they sent me sunglasses that weren't prescription. Right? These aren't prescription, which is unfortunate because they look so good and I can't wear them. Like, I'm half tempted to, like, send them back and say, hey, can you give me some prescription here? You know what I mean? Get him his sunglasses. No, I want different frames to wear on stream. Like, I would totally wear these on stream. You know what I'm saying? These kind of have, these definitely have the Tony Stark vibe with the red. But they're not prescription, so I'm going to give myself a freaking headache wearing these all day. My eyes are not going to be happy. They're like, oh golly. They're like straining because everything's slightly out of focus. So, yeah. I feel the clear doesn't block enough blue light though. Yeah, that's why some days I would wear the darker ones. They block more blue light. Yeah. We need like 20 people. Who's this new host? We need like 20 people to buy glasses. Then I'd reach out and be like, hey, we did a big push. Why don't you show me some love? Send me a couple frames. Send me these sunglasses prescription and send me the Tony Stark's prescription. Check my last comment. Sony put out a video about social justice program that they joined. I feel like if there was going to be a showcase anytime soon, they would have saved it, that run, as part of it. No, I don't think so, Sean. Those are completely separate announcements, and those videos are put together by completely separate teams. You've been looking at the purple Black Panther ones? Wait, do they have purple Black Panther ones on Gunner Optics website? Oh yeah, they do. Enigma Black Panther edition. I'm wearing Enigmas, I believe. No, I'm wearing Intercepts. Yeah. I don't think I could. Listen. I'm just gonna say what everybody's thinking. I don't think I can wear these. I don't think I can pull this off. No. The purple, me and that purple wouldn't get along. Like, that purple looks sexy on a darker skin complexion. Like, look at that. Jiminy frickin' Christmas. That's great. I think I would look silly. I think the purple wouldn't look good on a lighter complexion. It looks really good. Their skin is so beautiful in those pictures, you know? Like, the purple's like a nice accent. It's great like contrast. Oh, I love color contrast and like graphic design. So like when I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that's so cool the way that it looks. You know what I mean? I don't think the purple would work. I think the Tony Starks and those sunglasses that I have, I think those work. I think those work for me. PlayStation 5 is suddenly trending. Not for any reasons that concern us. No. It seems to be tied to the it seems to be tied to the Cyberpunk announcement. Need more tinted glasses. I think if I got the red tinted ones prescription and those Tony Stark ones, and I was constantly changing my glasses, I think more people would be like, yo, your glasses are sick, where can I get some? Because it's the same frames every day, it's just not part of the conversation. Like, this gets mentioned almost every day. I'm always changing, I'm obviously changing my shirt. It'd be weird if I didn't. You know what I mean? Thank you, Phantom, for the 5 spot. Get those new glasses. Oh, thank you. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. I should reach out. And say, hey, I really feel like if I had another pair or 2 pairs to cycle through, it would really, really help make this more organic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vigil, I'm going to cover the Cyberpunk stuff tomorrow, so I'm not going to cannibalize that show by saying anything today. If Lono got mood tinted glasses, they'd be blue all the time because he's a Sony shill. People just throw that word around. Oh yeah, I'm going to delete that from chat. I didn't see what he said. Why don't the leaks ever end? They're getting ridiculous now. Yeah. The Stark Industries as sunglasses look pretty hot too. Yeah. Oh man, that'd be good. How many funds do we have on this channel? Badger Fund, Madam CV Fund, Purple Glasses That Lono Can't Rock Fund. Hey, I didn't say we had a glasses fund going. I said I was going to reach out and say, hey, I think we could probably move, more product if I was changing my glasses on a regular basis, because it would just draw attention to them. Plus, like the red ones and the Tony Stark ones, they're pretty eye-catching. They're pretty eye-catching. Like, these ones are great. 47 minutes ago, Insomniac Games tweeted at Naughty Dog and said, hey, we love you. Naughty Dog tweeted back and said, hey, we love you too. retweeting it with eyeballs. What's going on? What's happening? What are they doing? What are they up to? Why are they tweeting at each other? Something's going down. My last post would really help you have multiple frame options with a single pair of glasses. I bought mine a couple of months back and I love mine. Okay, hang on. What'd you say? Peculiar misfit. I think you typed something that was too long. I don't see it in chat, peculiar misfit. The problem I have is I need them to be prescription, and that gets kind of expensive. So I would happily wear those red frames on stream. They look cool. However, they're not prescription. So if I wore them all day, I would just get a headache. And I could wear these. But the problem with these is, see how these, yeah, these are red. Yeah, these look freaking sick. This is a competitor. So obviously I could draw attention to these and be like, hey, if you want to get frames that kind of look like this, use the glasses command. They have red frames over at Gunnar Optics, but these are not Gunnar Optic glasses. I feel like that, no pun intended, that feels like really bad optics to wear a pair of glasses that you can't even get over there. Now, if it draws attention to the conversation, I say, hey, listen, you can't get these exact frames over there. If I say that every time, maybe. Pair has prescription options. You just provide it to them when you order. Homie, I know that. That's how I got these. These are Gunnar Optic glasses with a prescription. Like, these are Gunnar Optic prescription glasses that I bought from them. Clears look like that, but his sunglasses, they don't. I didn't call anyone anything. I was speaking about the glasses. I know, it's just a weird word to throw around. Good way to get your code killed. Well, as long as I'm not mentioning the other competitor, they wouldn't do that. Like, they're not going to be like, we're terminating your link because you wore a different pair. Like, I'm not saying the other brand's name. Be like, yeah, these are from so-and-so. I'd be like, they have red frames over there. If you want to get some red frame glasses, you know, go for it. Yeah, Deadly Dad Gaming, we will be covering Cyberpunk's update tomorrow. That'll probably be our lead topic. It's big, it's spicy. So, I'm imagining that it will likely lead to more. Get discovered by billions of viewers on shorts. Short videos plus billions of viewers equals YouTube Unlocked. Yep, we've been creating shorts. 30 billion views a day. Cool. We've been doing shorts, and YouTube's been actually treating our shorts very well. So thank you, YouTube. We appreciate it. Today's short hasn't taken off yet, but it will. My last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 6 have been great. Number 7 went absolutely bonkers. We had a short hit almost 60,000 views. It made us 4 cents. We don't do it for the money. We do it because it's a great audition. Like, people see me ranting, and they'll subscribe and come back later and watch the live show. 60,000 views, and we made 4 pennies on it. But we got over 100 subscribers. So that's why we mainly do it. It's a great audition to like, potentially new subscribers. The monetization on them is a dadgum joke. They need to figure that out. It's like the second most watched video on my channel, and it made me less than a nickel. Right? Our strategy on it's not for money. If it was for money, I wouldn't do it. because you don't make any on them. It's because, hey, did you think this guy was funny? Did you like his rant? Did you like what he said? Did you like his argument? Subscribe. He's live streaming every day doing it. It's an audition, essentially, for what we do every day. So the 100-something subscribers we got, it's why we do it. Did you guys remember when Charlie showed that? What's his name? Moist Critical? Moist Critical showed some video that made him like $20 or something and had millions of views. Millions of views. It was absurd. It's like, couple million views. And it was like, here's $20. Here's $20. So good. So freaking hilarious. Our God of War VOD's crushing. I hope they're all angry with me. Oh, the God of War gameplay VOD is absolutely crushing. We closed. What did we close at? What did we even close at on that? We closed on a 4.7, I think. It's cruising. It's cruising. Our channel, man, you guys are amazing. You guys really, really help us every day. I love looking at the videos, and I'm like, holy frick, look how good that video did. And, like, I'm not even streaming. React to Moist Critical's video saying T-Lu is a glorified remaster. Close at a 3.8 for me. Well, that's not right. I think we were getting so many views, we don't even know what it closed at. Because mine's saying it closed at a 4.7, because it's gotten a 1.2 since. I'll react to his video, Vigil. I didn't know he made that. I didn't know he did that. I recorded a react video. Ginger said, hey, if he wants to start doing reaction content, he can start with me. So I don't know if Creature has gotten our logos and banners ready yet. We might not be ready to launch the Reforge Reacts channel. We didn't push out any updates today? Did we not push... Are we going every 2 days on the updates channel? We have a lot of relevant updates to not have one out. All those updates I did, why didn't we push one today? Joe also called it remastered and did a pretty hilarious skit. He's just click farming. Joe Vargas is so busy, like listen, I don't have any respect for that. Like, that's just lowbrow click farming. All the work he used to put into his videos, he should be embarrassed that he put that out. He's got too much content on his channel where he thoughtfully breaks down an entire game and weighs the pros, cons, and the value. Zero respect for that lowbrow click farm. Like, it's just dishonest. There's no intellectual credibility there. It's not a rematch. Like, I don't want to drag this stream into that debate, but he's literally the guy that inspired me to start a YouTube channel. His review of Destiny said all the things that I had been saying, and it was therapeutic. And I love the work that he used to put. He still puts great work into his videos. He does. But to go from what he commonly does in his videos to the way he treated The Last of Us remake, he should be embarrassed, man. He's doing so much that, like, sometimes you can tell he's, like, running on no sleep. His hair's all messy. He looks like he just rolled out of bed. Like, he's trying to cover so much content. He's covering TV shows. He's doing all sorts of segments. And I feel like the big production videos, I just think they're probably getting harder and harder to do. So he just goes for a lowbrow click farm. And, like, look, man, play the game, but I don't have any respect for it. Not from somebody as smart as him. He's too smart. He's got way too much good content to do that. He doesn't need to do that. That video isn't worth it. How much money are you going to make on that video? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to sully your credibility and how trustworthy you are? I don't think it is. What? At best, if a video crushes, it makes you a couple $1,000s. I don't know. I would never sacrifice my credibility for one video. I just wouldn't do it. Like, I'll sit there and I'll battle people and debate people, and I'll take the unpopular take. I'll freaking do it. I won't do the, oh, well, this will be a lowbrow click farm. Let me do this for the views. I don't know. I like his content. I think he's a bright guy. And as I said, he had a video that literally inspired me to get into content creation. But when I heard that he did that, I was like, man, I got no respect for that, Joe. I got no respect for that. They pour all that work into the game, and you can't even do them the respect to play it and talk about it. You can't? Come on. Come the frick on. Yang Ye actually replayed the PS4 remaster after the remake so he could compare them fairly. Yeah, and Yang did that because he's a huge fan of the franchise and he didn't want his bias to blind him. So Yang did the due diligence. Yang also took down his Cyberpunk review. I like Yang more than anybody in the industry these days because you don't ever feel like you're getting lowbrow click farms from him. You feel like you're getting honest takes. I'm not being hyperbolic, but the amount of dishonesty I've seen in the last month around anything and everything is causing me existential dread. Who would stop watching their favorite creator after one bad take? I don't know. Are you saying that's why they do it? I believe there's more to it because he had strikes against him from Naughty Dog involving the game and covering leaks. What was Yang's conclusion after doing that? He said that there was a stark contrast between the different. He said that going back to the remaster made the remaster feel clunky, that there were clear and dramatic differences between the two. He said the more he played, the more it became apparent that this was a humongous difference in undertaking. He said there were still elements of movement in combat that felt clunky. He still felt they should have put dodge. He felt they should have put dodge. He said he understood why they didn't put prone, but he thought dodge should have been in the game. And after I played last night and ran into some clickers, I think I might agree with him. If Lono did some like that, you better believe my feelings would change. Yeah, if I suddenly booted up one day, if that would have been my coverage of that game, I'd have expected a lot of you to leave and unsub and not be a member anymore. I would have expected that. You'd been like, well, what the frick? This guy's just doing this for clicks. I can't trust this guy anymore. Why would I want? What? You can get that in any corner of YouTube. Everyone can have their opinions, though. Dishonesty's not an opinion. Don't agree. That's not, no. I didn't like it. I didn't think the money was worth it. I wasn't impressed. That's an opinion. Misrepresenting the product is not an opinion. It's a lie. There's a big difference between being dishonest and having an opinion. He didn't review the new version of The Last of Us. He reviewed the remaster. Yes, it was a joke. He upped the contrast and saturation of his remaster review and republished it. It was a joke. He's taken a dig. He's basically saying that's what they did with their game. You can be 99% accurate on your takes, but 1% click farming dishonesty, and F you, says Eugene. You've sullied everything you did. I can agree with dodge. There were several times I hit circle out of muscle memory. Yeah, I did last night. I was like, oh shoot, I can't dodge. I don't want to make this like an Angry Joe roasting session. I like the guy. I do. I've never interacted with him. I have no reason to blow smoke up his skirt. He and I didn't see eye to eye on Anthem. I remember he dropped by one of my Purple streams and we interacted a little bit. And I told him, I said, you're the reason I got into content creation. And I said, I feel like a lot of people are talking about all the wrong things with Anthem. Nobody was talking about the real root issues. Everybody was talking about the story. And I was like, that's not the issues with this game. And, we didn't see eye to eye on it. I invited him to come on the round table. Nothing ever came of it. But, when you've been in the industry as long as he has and you've covered games as exhaustively as he has, his take on The Last of Us remake is just, it lacks credibility. It lacks honesty. I'm disappointed in so many content creators doing lowbrow click farms. It's like, you don't need to do that. You've established a brand, a funnel, and a channel. What are you doing? Why? Like the video's viewership compared to if you were honest, what you'd probably get close to the same amount of viewership. So what's the point here? I would think those here would know more than most that you can spend years building a massive audience following and one thing can make it all disappear. Yeah, sure. He's not getting canceled or called out. No. I just didn't appreciate how he handled The Last of Us remake. I was very disappointed as someone who I consume his content. He's one of the few YouTubers I actually take the time to listen to sometimes. It was therapeutic to listen to him talk about Obi-Wan. I've not watched his takes on She-Hulk. Apparently his audience thinks he's bending over backwards to make it sound like She-Hulk's not that bad. I've not watched his takes on She-Hulk. I thought his takes on Obi-Wan were spot on. I've always liked his content. His Destiny 1 review is why I got into content creation. And the click farm that he did on The Last of Us was just disappointing. Because I spent weeks dealing with dishonest haters, and I don't know. It was like, he didn't review it. He just republished his old video. Like, did he even title it differently or anything? What did he do? What did he title it? The Last of Us Part 1 Angry Review, 2 days ago. It has almost 600,000 views. And the thumbnail is The Last of Us remastered. Like, he's got remastered on there tons of times. So it's just a lowbrow dig. Like, and it's got great viewership. Most of his videos are pulling between 30 and 300,000 views, and that thing's closing in on 600,000 views. His most watched video, I guarantee you, is still the Destiny one. Yeah, his Destiny Angry Review has almost 10 million views. That video put him in the stratosphere. That was one of his big moments. That was one of his big growth moments. I'm convinced. You can understand why he did that, though. You think he wants to deal with those weirdos? Why has he got to deal with those weirdos? I'll never understand why someone his size ever engages with the dum-dums on Twitter. What, like, I literally saw him tweeting the other day and, like, screenshotting dumb comments on She-Hulk. I'm like, what are you doing? Why isn't somebody managing that for you? You got a 3 million subscriber channel and you're reading these dum-dums and screenshotting them and throwing it on Twitter? Why are you doing that? Why are you even giving them a platform? I will never understand why people that size, why does it get to you? What are you doing? He has a staff, and maybe his staff did it. If I had staff, doing that, like going to comments and screenshotting stuff and tweeting it, I'd be like, what are you doing? The optics on that's terrible. I'm not sensitive. This isn't upsetting to me. Imagine being in a position to rise above the muck and the mire and instead you wallow in it. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. I've never understood why big established content creators, I've seen some of the biggest streamers in the world, screenshotting haters, talking about haters on their Twitter feeds, and I will never frickin' understand it. I've never ever done that. I screenshot funny comments sometimes and put it in the Discord. I'm like, can you believe what this guy just said? Now, sometimes I'll screenshot a really nice comment and tweet it. I think I've done that once or twice in my career. I don't know. Maybe it's different as a live streamer. Maybe I get to go through the cathartic experience of roasting and yelling at somebody on a stream and calling them a dishonest dum-dum, and the guys that do uploads don't get to do that. So they have to, like, roast them in the comments or roast them on their Twitter. So maybe I'm being unfair. As a live streamer, I get to have that cathartic experience of, like, I'm gonna eviscerate this person in 3 minutes, turn it into a short, and that feels really, really good, and no one ever sees the guy's name. So maybe I'm not being fair. Maybe my bias and my experience is clouding my judgment a little bit. Maybe they need that outlet. Maybe they need that cathartic outlet to be like, can you believe what these absolute freaking morons are saying to me? Right? Dum-dums are free content. Lono, how many times you single on a dum-dum just because it's so easy to dunk on them? Yeah, I think maybe I'm being unfair. Running to Twitter as an uploader, maybe that's your only outlet to be like, can you believe this stupid, idiotic take, right? Sure. What I would do is blur out their names, or at the very least, turn it into something entertaining. You know? Turn it into something entertaining. Do a mean comments roasting thing, right? Review Broad did that. The guy that reviews the food, he read through a bunch of mean comments, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Tell me everything I need to know about your integrity and your content. You're not being dishonest to invite more dishonest. It's not the same at all. Yeah, I guess I could see it that way. Like when you have the dishonest take. Yeah, Creature, that's where I take it. Like, you're like, he didn't want to interact with those dum-dums. What do you mean? He just threw them a video for them to celebrate and ravenously chew on. Yeah, Angry Joe thinks the same as me. It's just a remaster. Rah. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess it's like throwing a bone to the piranhas and being like, well, that'll make them leave my other videos alone. I don't know. Do you believe there's a showcase today? I believe there's going to be an announcement today about the showcase being on Thursday. There will likely be an announcement in the next hour. I'm scanning to see if there's been any hints. Naughty Dog and Insomniac were interacting with each other not moments ago, like an hour or so ago. Excuse me, which could be, you know, they could be laying groundwork. I'll never take Angry Joe seriously when it comes to his reviews. I just watch him to laugh. I learned a lot from him when I consumed his content. I actually enjoyed when I learned about immersion breaking from him. When I learned about, you know, content loops and the importance of player incentivization. Like, I learned a lot of things from him by watching him. I learned a lot of similar things from Skill Up. I did. So, you know, I don't know. Here's what here's what I think happens. I think guys like that, they're prolific, they've done their work, and now he's just like, man, frick that, I'm not messing with that. Like, he's not going to do what Yang Ya did. Yang Ya loves The Last of Us. If you watch Skill Up's review, Skill Up talks about RoboCop and how and it doesn't matter what it is, he'll buy it if it's RoboCop, right? Well, that's what The Last of Us is for Yang Ya. So Yang Ya plays both the remake and the remaster and compares them and does the due diligence to talk about the dramatic differences, right? So Angry Joe probably looks at it and says, bro, I'm too busy. We're doing She-Hulk episodes. We're doing Rings of Power episodes. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do a dunk. I'm gonna dunk on it. I'm gonna dunk on the game. It'll be an easy lowbrow click farm. You know, he gets close to 600,000 views on the video, and he just moves on. And he just probably doesn't care. And as a fan of his, I was disappointed. I was like, bro, I've been beating my head against the dishonest take wall with all these haters. And the funny thing was, in his video about it, he actually, this is the grand irony, in his video, he does a little sequence where he's like fighting against the zombies, and he's like, it's a bunch of, you know, Xbox haters, and they're being dishonest. And he's like, your arguments don't make any sense, right? Your arguments don't make any sense. That's pretty funny. They're zooming. They're so zooming in. actually think they might be wrong. I actually think her hands are wrapped around. No, yeah, her fingers are wrapped around the hilt. They're misreading the shadow. Yeah, her fingers are wrapped around the hilt. They're not closed preemptively. There's the actual arced section is above her knuckle, and the hilt would be smaller than the blade. Whoever did that Photoshop is ironically not able to actually like deduce the what's in the picture. They're misreading it. Her finger is wrapping around the top of the hilt. No, it's not. It's underneath of it. That's not where the hilt is. In their Photoshop, they have the hilt coming out of her knuckles. That's not where it is in the actual picture. We might be using the wrong terms. Handle and hilt, right? The hilt is above her knuckles. Oh, you're agreeing with me. Okay. I don't think her finger is going around the hilt, though. I think it's just around the handle. The hilt is against her knuckles. It's above it. If art is subjective, then why does not liking it make you a hater? Because they're not disliking it. They're lying about it. Her fingers are literally below the hilt. I think the sword's added post. But they did, even if it's been added post, her fingers are below the actual arc of the hilt. Are you actually going to make me put this on the frickin' big screen and show you what I mean? Golly frick, I've been doing graphic design for decades, bro. It's not a bad Photoshop. People need their eyes adjusted. Look, you can clearly see the half circle arch right here, and you can clearly see darkness on the other side of that half circle, indicating where the blade begins against the hilt, because the hilt is casting a shadow on the blade. Her fingers don't go past the half moon circle. It's not a bad Photoshop. It's not like they made her fingers go past the hilt and are grabbing the blade. You can clearly see where the hilt begins and the blade begins. Her fingers do not surpass that edge. Jiminy Christmas. People just want to hate on that game. I'm sorry, on that show. You can like, I've been doing this a long time. I can clearly break down images and see what's been photoshopped poorly and rightly. There's clues and shadows to show you where the hilt and the sword begins. Her fingers are not surpassing the hilt. They're on the handle of the sword, and the handle of the sword is smaller than the blade. The blade is very broad, comparatively. It's like twice the size of the handle, roughly. It's blurry. It's a blurry image. I would need a high res one to really break it down. But even low res, you can see the shadows. Oh, and it's not even a hardcore hilt, maybe. Is it that one? No, it's different. It's a different sword, because the hilt on her back is straight across. The hilt in the image is a half moon. It's like a curve. It's like a curve. It's a different sword. Hang on. I'm checking announcements. I've got a bunch of new tweets to check to see if anything has happened. No. All right. What time is it? Yeah. I hate that we can't do Operation Joystick right now and take a bunch of non-members with us to members only. Guys, we're getting ready to switch gears to our end of the day members only stream. So if you want to become a member, now is a great time to do it. It's only $5 a month. You get into all these extra shows. You get extra content literally every day. It's a great way to continue the conversation. We talk about shows and movies as well, mostly video games. We try to keep it on video games, but we do like a redirect, and we bring all of the members with us. And so if you want to become a member, now is the perfect time to do it. I get that a lot of people can't afford it. I also get that a lot of people they don't spend money on YouTube. I'm trying to convince you that it's worth it. I'm trying to convince you that there's a way for YouTube to have a culture of people who do memberships and who, support a channel in that way. And we appreciate everybody that does. Time for some spicy end of day discussions. So I will give you guys like 2 minutes if anybody's trying to jump in as a member. Gifting members right now is not a good idea unless you want to test it. It's not been working. It worked in our first stream, and then it didn't work in our second stream, and it didn't work in this stream. The people that gift the memberships have been getting refunds, so they don't just keep the money. Some of them did get distributed. Sometimes people get emails. So it just depends. It's very, very bizarre. It went from being like a super crazy hype machine, and all of them would get grabbed super duper fast, and then it just kind of stopped. Everyone will just get their refund a couple days later. Yeah. That needs to be rectified immediately. It's just becoming like a massive turnoff. Nobody's going to want to, who's going to want to do it? All right, I'm going to go ahead and post the members only post. I'm going to feature the video on the channel. That way anybody looking for it can hopefully find it. Just realized that Lono predicted the amount of God of War content we were going to get today by wearing that shirt. That's right, 0. That's right. The Angry Joe Ma would do this in real life? No. Get that out of my chat. Joe wouldn't even care about what I was saying. He wouldn't even care. He would take it in stride. All right, let me send this tweet out. End of day, members only convos. Send now. Actually, hang on. You're worried about how little we're seeing? I'm not, because I think Sony's being stingy because they want it all for themselves. Talk to me after the Sony showcase, and I think we'll all be feeling a lot better. You talk to me after the Sony showcase. I think we're all going to feel a whole lot better. We're going to be like, this is why they were waiting. All right, there's a link in chat. Just if redirect commonly doesn't work for you, then you can use the link in chat instead of trying to ride redirect. Thanks for a stellar day, everybody that, isn't a member, can't do a membership, or was unable to snag a gifted membership. Hopefully, we can get it fixed, and YouTube can get us back on track. I think YouTube should probably gift members to everybody as an apology. That's obviously probably asking for too much, but that's what I think. Be a nice goodwill gesture. Sorry for all the frustration and disruption to your live streams. here's some members. All right, I'm going to start the next stream and bring everybody over in a moment. Hey, it's another members-only end-of-the-day talk show, something that you get as a member. Maybe you recently got a gifted member or jumped back in or jumped brand new in for the first time. Maybe you stumbled upon this later after we did it and you're like, hey, I didn't get a notification. YouTube doesn't do the greatest of jobs of notifying people about members-only content. I try to do my best. I do a members-only community post, and I also post in the Discord and on Twitter. So use the description below for links to the Discord server as well as Twitter. You should really be in the Discord because it's a members-only Discord that enables you to communicate with the community and everything else. I'm going to end the previous stream that was about the Sony Showcase predictions, and I'm going to bring all those people over. And then if they're not members, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. And boom, let's end that. Let's change that